We'll firstly starting with the roll call. Director ma'am, if you are here, you may proceed with the roll call.
The director would like to request every delegate to change their name to the respective country they are assigned. Dev Shah, would you please rename yourself? Delegate of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Kingdom of Sweden.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Kingdom of Thailand.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Republic of Albania.
Present.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Republic of Korea.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Philippines.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Republic of South Africa.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Russian Federation.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Fiji.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Present and voting.
Delegate of United Kingdom.
Present and voting.
Delegate of United States of America.
Present and voting.
Did I miss anyone? So there are 12 delegates here and we need 6 votes to pass any motion. So over to you, Chair.
Thank you, Director ma'am. We'll now be starting with primarily presenting the working paper right away. Sponsors, you may share the screen and quickly in 10 minutes you can present the working paper that you sent to us yesterday, okay? So over to the sponsors. One of you can raise a motion to present the working paper and then we can pass it. So delegates, are there any points or motions on the floor? So one of you raise your hand and raise a motion to start the session for presenting the working paper that you had prepared yesterday. So delegates, are there any points or motions on the floor? Yes, Kingdom of Sweden.
The Kingdom of Sweden would like to raise a motion to present the working paper that was finalized yesterday.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Those who vote in favor of this motion may take the green mark and those against may take the red mark. With simple majority, this motion passes. Director ma'am, can you pass the co-host to one of the sponsors so that they can share the screen and present their working paper?
Sure, I have passed the role of host to Kingdom of Sweden.
So I think my screen is visible to everybody.
Yes.
Yes, it is. So this is the final working paper that we did yesterday. So the sponsors were Kingdom of Sweden, Republic of Philippines, Russian Federation, with signatories Republic of South Africa, the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Kingdom of Thailand, the Republic of Fiji, the United Kingdom, United States of America, Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, and the Republic of Albania with Republic of Indonesia. So am I supposed to read all these problems and solutions, or uh, chair? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So am I supposed to read all these problems and solutions?
Yes, delegate.
Yes, delegates are supposed to read the problems and
Uh,
solutions, and
okay, sure.
as you read, you can explain as well. For example, there are full forms of MRSA, CRE, HAI, and OTC. You can please tell the committee what they are.
Okay, sure. I'll be doing that. So the first thing, the moderated caucus were about cells of antibiotics. Sales of antibiotics over the counter in pharmacies, economic implications of AMR, with food safety on AMR and COVID-19, partnership diplomacy to tackle AMR, role of veterinary medicine in AMR with national health strategies and policies to tackle antimicrobial resistance proposed by delegates of different countries. So we discussed about every problems the countries were facing, and we came up with the solution. So these are the list of problems and solutions regarding all the moderated caucus that we had discussed in the session. So I'll begin with the problems. The first one is lack of awareness on clinical guidelines of antimicrobial uses in the healthcare sectors. Second is the irrational use of antimicrobials in public health. That means that there's a lot of self-diagnosis followed by self-medication with OTC drug, over-the-counter drugs, exacerbated antibiotic over-prescribing through telehealth consultations, increased prevalence of MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, CREHAI, symptomatic treatment of COVID-19 in absence of microbial co-infections, and use of triclosan as an additive in sanitizers, leading to high potency of microbes. The third one is the irrational use of antimicrobials in agriculture and veterinary, use of antimicrobials as growth promoters, no proper guidelines for antimicrobial use during the pre-harvest stage of animal products, irrational use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides in plant production, administration of medicated feeds in the livestock production without professional advice, ineffective monitoring and surveillance strategy to trace availability, accessibility, and utilization of antimicrobials in public health, food safety, and agriculture. The fourth one is the inefficient regulatory and judicious framework for proper execution of existing policies, uh, followed by economic and technical challenges to the research communities in developing newer antibiotics. Then there is the increased economic burden to the patients due to higher cost and prolonged hospital stage that increases the mortality and morbidity. Um, then there is lack of encouragement for innovative efforts, followed by increased international trade of animal and animal products, spreading resistance worldwide. And finally, there is poverty, economic differences, and poor access to information and services in developing countries. So these are the problems that we came up with yesterday, and these are the problems not just faced by a single country but as a whole. So discussing all these problems, we came up with the solution as well. So the solutions were like there should be regular surveillance of international guidelines on the use of antimicrobials and its implementation. Guidelines regarding chemical composition of sanitizer should be alcohol based and triclosan free. Provide financial assistance to fill critical gaps in economic problems through diplomatic relations and partnership, encourage the major organization and stakeholders to invest in the conduction of various plans and policies in collaboration with the government. Uh, then there is the formulation and implementation of national action plans to unify efforts of governmental agencies, prescription only medicine POMS not to be sold over the counter. Similarly, we came with the solution like periodic monitoring and evaluation on antibiotic use with establishment of transparent feedback loops, incentivizing the pharmaceutical companies that contribute to production of new antibiotics. Also, we have control of antimicrobial use in agriculture and veterinary to reduce the exposure and susceptibility of humans as well as animals to pathogens. Betterment of entire food system with the scheme of multi-sectoral One Health approach. And we have conduction of National Antibiotics Awareness Week to aware local people and community on better use of antimicrobials. The next one is a training and workshop must be provided to farmers and agriculture workers on proper use of pesticides, antimicrobials, growth promoters in order to secure food safety. Improvement in laboratories, researches for the surveillance of the situation of AMR in humans, animals, and in the field of agriculture. Bilateral action to tackle AMR along with COVID 19. Increase accessibility of vaccination and immunization for both animals and humans. And finally, control communicable diseases to reduce the risks of co-infection. So I think I am quite clear with the problems and solutions. So this was the final working paper that we discussed, and these are the problems and solutions. I hope it's quite relevant about all the moderated caucus, and also these problems and solutions were something that every delegates had spoken about during the moderate caucus. So that's it. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Delegate of Sweden. So now that the working paper has been submitted, I'd like to ask, are there any other working papers that any other blocks have written, or is this the only working paper in the committee?
No, actually, we all work together to work on the single working paper. So this is the only working paper. This
Okay, thank you. So now there are a lot of things wrong, not wrong technically, but a lot of things are missing from this working paper. Like if you can look at this policies one, inefficient, irregulatory, and with judicious framework for proper execution of existing policies. So what are the existing policies, right? So if there is a violation of what is the violation occurring, so you also have to explain that. And regarding the solutions, it's still not enough because you've still not answered many of the WH questions. You just can't say we have to do this. You have to tell me how, why, what, when. So these are the things that you need to answer through your resolution paper. For working paper, it's fine because there is no particular format that we are going to follow, anyways. But while making the resolution, please keep in mind that you need to explain and write the full forms of everything that you have mentioned here. Right? In resolution, you have to mention MRSA, CRE, HAI, all of the wordings full form as well. So now, since our session ends at 12 o'clock, we need to quickly move towards the draft resolution session because we will not finish it in 1 hour. You'll need to draft a resolution, and in 30 minutes we can do the amendment session. So one of you have to raise a motion for making the draft resolution. So delegates, are there any points or motions on the? Yes, United Kingdom.
The delegate of United Kingdom would like to raise a motion to start forming a draft for a resolution paper.
Yes, delegate of United Kingdom, can you repeat the motion again?
The delegate of United Kingdom would like to raise a motion to draft resolution paper.
Yes, the motion is now in order by the discretion of the dais. This motion passes. I pass on the floor because I believe the previous session that we had entirely for draft resolution was not enough. So she'd like to explain it to you again. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Chair. I guess the delegates are not clear about the resolution in detail, so I'll be presenting you a presentation on how to make a resolution, draft resolution actually. So, delegates, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
It is.
So, as we have already done the working paper one, so I will directly be moving towards draft resolution. So, basically, the best part about the committee session is we have already followed a format of draft resolution while drafting the working paper as well. So, it will be easier for us in order to make certain changes to formatize this working paper into a draft resolution. So basically, the format of draft resolution is like this, where the heading part would contain something that we have already mentioned, like the committee, the sponsors, the signatories, and the agenda, followed by preambulatory clauses and operative clauses. So I'll be talking about these three parts in details, but make sure that you'll not forget writing the resolution number on top right corner before starting our draft resolution, because in absence of a draft resolution numbered, it will not be clarified in the committee session. So basically, heading. So the first part that a draft resolution would contain is heading, which would contain the name of resolution. That is something like mentioned resolution GA 3.1, 3.0. That could be anything, but that has to be in a numerical number. Then after we have name of the committee, that is World Health Organization in our case. Sponsors, that has to be three as per suggested by chair. So even if we have mentioned two to four in this committee,
in this presentation, make sure that there are 3 sponsors. Signatories, this has no limits. You can add as much signatories as you could, followed by topic. So I think there is no confusions while drafting this particular part of the draft resolution. Then we have preambulatory clauses. So what are preambulatory clauses? Preambulatory clauses are something that we format in response to the discussion that has been already done before in United Nations. So this is something that you will extract from prior resolution, as it is the past UN resolution, treaties, or convention are related to the topic. As you all know that AMR has been a issue of concern in most of the countries. There has been prior discussion made by different countries and different conventions has been formulated. So you can extract these preambulatory clauses from any of those treaties which has already been ratified by different countries. So this can be past regional, non-government or non-national efforts in this topic, but make sure that those clauses will not go against the topic that we discussed. So basically, you can get it from the UN websites or European Convention websites where this discussion has been done before. So that these are some of the first word that you have to use in order to form the preambulatory clauses, because this is something done in response to prior discussion. So you have to mention the terms like affirming, alarmed by, approving, aware of. So if you feel like this is important, you may take screenshot of this particular slide so that it will be easier for you to draft preambulatory clauses. So basically अब पहिला यो काम गरिएको थियो भनेर चाहिँ मेन्सन गर्ने भयो, प्रिएम्बुलरी क्लज भयो, अनि यसको एन्डमा चाहिँ जहिले पनि तपाईँले एभ्री क्लजको पछाडि चाहिँ यु हेभ टु एन्ड इट विथ अ कमा. यहाँ जसरी याद गर्नुभयो भने सबै कमामा एन्ड भइरहेको छ, फुल स्टप युज नगर्ने. सो पहिला जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली भयो, रिमाइन्डिङ, रिफर्मिङ, नोटिङ, स्ट्रेसिङ, यो सबै टर्महरू चाहिँ इन अर्डर टु इम्फासिस द्याट इट हेज बिन डिस्कस बिफोर. सो पहिलाको कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ ल्याएर पहिला चाहिँ यतिसम्म डिसाइड गरिएको थियो है भनेर एक्सप्लेन गर्नलाई क्लजेसहरू फर्म गर्ने चाहिँ यसरी हो, र यसको पछाडि चाहिँ यु हेभ टु एन्ड इच क्लजेस विथ अ कमा. The next one that we have is operative clauses. This is the very important one. Preambulatory clause पहिला गरेको भएर चाहिँ यसमा चाहिँ तपाईहरुले चेन्ज गर्न पाउनु हुँदैन. तपाईहरुले अमेन्डमेन्ट गर्दा भोटिङ गर्दा चित्त नबुझे पनि यसमा चाहिँ चेन्जेस आउँदैन. तर अपरेटिभ क्लजेस चाहिँ तपाईहरुको अहिलेको डिस्कसनको बेसिसमा गर्ने भएर चाहिँ यसमा चाहिँ चेन्जेस ल्याउन सकिन्छ. सो यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने तपाईहरुले जस्तै अघि as much as I know action plan को बारेमा डिस्कस गर्ने भन्नुभएको थियो आज. So that is a very important one in order to talk about the clauses in operative clause. So त्योहरुको कुरा लेख्दाखेरि चाहिँ you have to use some of the terms that I will be displaying on other slide. यसरी चाहिँ तपाईहरुले कन्टिन्यू गर्नुपर्छ र यसको एन्डमा चाहिँ सेमिकोलन हुन्छ, not full stop. If you have noticed, यो full stop भनेको रेजोल्युसनको लास्टमा मात्र आउँछ, at the end of the last clause of operative. So त्योभन्दा अगाडि full stop आयो भने चाहिँ the resolution stops there and will not see anything ahead of that. So make sure तपाईहरुले punctuationमा चाहिँ एकदमै काम गर्नुस्. र operative clauses भनेको चाहिँ तपाईहरुले 3 दिन जे जे डिस्कस गर्नुभयो त्यसको सल्युसनहरु लिस्ट आउट गर्ने हो. You cannot add something that has not been mentioned in the committee session. अब यहाँ हेर्दा तपाईले जस्तै यहाँ call for the development of a United Nations Trust Fund that encourages voluntary donation from the private transitional sector to aid in funding the implementing of rapid deployment forces. यसरी नै तपाईहरुले कुनै क्याम्पेन गर्ने हो कि तपाईहरुले कुनै अर्गनाइजेसन सेटअप गर्ने हो कि अवेयरनेसको लागि कुनै फन्डिङहरु अरेन्ज गर्ने हो भने पनि that has to be clarified. So make sure यहाँ चाहिँ कुनै abbreviation युज गरेर अथवा कुनै कन्फ्युजिङ कुरा चाहिँ नहोस्. That has to be simple enough. तर that has to be convincing to the dais member as well as the organizing committee. किनभने 3 दिनको डिस्कसनको आउटकम भनेको एउटा रेजोल्युसन हो. सो फर्मेटिङ पनि मिल्नु पर्यो, क्लजेसहरु पनि मिल्नु पर्यो. अब regarding the terms that you can use while starting the operative clause, these are the things: accept, encourages, deploys, designated, so that यसले चाहिँ जुन मेम्बर नेसन हुन्छ नि उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ कन्भिन्स गरोस् कि कसैलाई कम्पल्सरी हुने हैन. तर त्यो तपाईहरुले यो ड्राफ्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मेक श्योर कि त्यसले एकदम सिम्पल भर्बल एब्युजहरु केही पनि नगरिकन कुनै पनि पर्टिकुलर ब्लकलाई एफेक्ट नगरिकन फर्मुलेट गर्नु सो द्याट यसले चाहिँ पछि गएर चाहिँ यसमा भोटिङ गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ पछि कन्ट्राडिक्टरी स्टेटमेन्ट्सहरू नआओस्. सो दिस इज द फर्मेट जसमा चाहिँ 3टा पार्ट हुन्छ जुन मैले पहिले पनि डिस्कस गराइसकेँ. पङ्क्चुएसन्स भनेको लास्टमा फुल स्टप हुन्छ, प्रिएम्बुलेटरी क्लजेसमा कमा हुन्छ र अपरेटिभ क्लजेसमा सेमिकोलन हुन्छ. सो यो पहिलाको बेसिसमा फर्मुलेट गरिन्छ भने यो अहिलेको डिस्कसनको बेसिसमा फर्मुलेट गरिन्छ. सो अब अमेन्डमेन्ट. अमेन्डमेन्ट भनेको के हो त? सो बेसिकली के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ स्पोन्सर्स भनेको सोल अथर्स अफ द रेजोल्युसन. सो सोल अथर्सले बनाएको कुरा उनीहरूले आफूलाई चित्त नबुझेको कुरा त उनीहरूले लेख्दैन नि, तर सिग्नेटरिज भनेको चाहिँ सबै उनीहरूको सबै कुराहरू चाहिँ त्यहाँ एड गरेको हुन पनि सक्छ नहुन पनि सक्छ. सो सिग्नेटरिजहरूले स्पोन्सर्सहरूले चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्छ भने आफूलाई चित्त बुझेको कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ उहाँहरूले फर्मेटाइज गर्दै फर्मेटिङ गर्दै गर्दै त्यो अपरेटिभ क्लजेस बनाउँदै जानुहुन्छ भने सिग्नेटरिजहरूले चाहिँ बसेर अमेन्डमेन्ट गर्छ. सो अमेन्डमेन्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यु क्यानट इन्टायरली चेन्ज द थिङ द्याट हेज बिन मेन्सन, किनभने सबै चेन्ज गऱ्यो भने त स्पोन्सरलाई पनि त एफेक्ट गर्ने भयो नि त. सो यु क्यान एड समथिङ अर डिलिट समथिङ, अथवा त्यसलाई यसरी चेन्ज गर्नु पर्यो कि बाँकी कन्ट्रिजहरूले पनि एफेक्ट नगरोस्. सो अब अमेन्डमेन्ट भनेको 2 टाइप्स अफ हुन्छ. फर्स्ट भनेको फ्रेन्डली, अर्को भनेको अनफ्रेन्डली. फ्रेन्डली भनेको चाहिँ जुन पनि अमेन्डमेन्टलाई स्पोन्सरले एग्री गर्छ नि, किनभने त्यो त सोल अथर भनेको त स्पोन्सर्स हो. यदि तपाईँहरूको स्पोन्सर्सले एग्री गरेको अमेन्डमेन्ट छ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई वी कल फ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. तर स्पोन्सरलाई चाहिँ त्यो कुरा चित्त बुझाएको छैन तर मेजोरिटीले त्यो कुरा राख्नुपर्छ भन्यो भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई वी कल इट अनफ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. सो अब फ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट स्पोन्सर्सले चाहिँ डिरेक्टली अब एउटा सर्भिस मोटिभ प्रफिट मोटिभ अर्गनाइजेसन खोलौँ भनेको थियो अरे, तर एउटाले फर इक्जाम्पल फिलिपिन्सले उठेर चाहिँ होइन सर्भिस मोटिभ अर्गनाइजेसन खोल्यौँ भन्यो अरे. स्पोन्सर चाहिँ हुन्छ नि त त्यसलाई सर्भिस मोटिभ बनाऊँ भनेर रेडिली एग्री गरेर चेन्ज गर्यो भने वी कल इट फ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. तर होइन दिस सुड नट बी डन भन्यो भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी फर्दर के गर्छौँ त भोटिङ गर्छौँ, र भोटिङ गर्दा मेजोरिटीले त्यसलाई सर्भिस मोटिभै बनाउनुपर्छ भन्यो भने स्पोन्सर्सको इथिक्समा त त्यसले अगेन्स्टमा गयो नि त, तर पनि मेजोरिटीले भनेर त्यो मेन्सन त भयो. द्याट इज वाइ वी कल इट अनफ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. सो यहाँ चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले स्पोन्सरको क्रुसियल रोल बुझ्न सक्नुहुन्छ. So friendly match after the sponsor sign it and the committee chair agrees with the amendment will incorporate to the resolution. Change हुने बित्तिकै पनि हुँदैन, chairले approve गर्नुभयो भने that will be added, if not that will not be included. त्यसपछि अनफ्रेन्डलीमा चाहिँ भोटिङ हुन्छ, भोटिङ पछि चाहिँ सिग्नेटरिजहरूले पनि त्यसलाई फेभर गर्यो भने मात्र that will be added, followed by chair and the dais member obviously. The ways of amendment भनेको ABC भनेको चाहिँ कि त एडिसन गर्नुस् कि त डिलिसन गर्नुस् कि त चेन्ज गर्नुस्. द्याट इज द वे यु अमेन्ड. सो अमेन्डको टाइप्स पनि भनिसकेँ मैले. अब विल मुभ टुवर्ड्स भोटिङ. तपाईँहरूले अघिदेखि त्यो प्रेजेन्ट एन्ड भोटिङ एब्सटेनहरूको अलिकति क्युरियोसिटी त छ होला नि त, भन्नु त मेजोरिटीले प्रेजेन्ट एन्ड भोटिङै भन्नुभयो. सो अब भोटिङ भनेको चाहिँ भोटिङले कहाँ चाहिँ एकदम क्रुसियल रोल खेल्छ भने चाहिँ वाइल पासिङ अ रेजोल्युसन. सो एउटा डिबेट क्लोज भएपछि चाहिँ ड्राफ्ट रेजोल्युसनमा भोट भएर मात्रै त्यो रेजोल्युसन बन्छ. सो एउटा रुल चाहिँ के छ भने भोटिङ गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कमिटीको मान्छे बाहेक बाहिरको मान्छे त्यहाँभित्र बस्न पाउँदैन. जस्तै अब कतिपयमा चाहिँ आइपीहरू मेम्बर्सहरू बसिरहेको हुन्छ, त्यो मेम्बर्सहरूले चाहिँ कमिटी रुम लिभ गर्नुपर्छ किनभने भोटिङ हेज टु बी भेरी कन्फिडेन्सियल. सो अब भोट कसरी गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब फिजिकल एमयुएनमा चाहिँ प्लाकार्ड उठाएर गरिन्छ भने यहाँ चाहिँ विल फलो द सेम प्रोसिजर लाइक वी डिड बिफोर, यस नो बटन चेक गरेर. सो अब मिनिङ भोटिङ गर्दाखेरि रेजोल्युसन भोटिङ गर्दाखेरि यस भन्नुभएको छ भने त्यो ड्राफ्ट रेजोल्युसनमा यु आर कम्प्लिटली फाइन विथ एभ्रिथिङ द्याट हेज बिन मेन्सन्ड. नो भन्नुहुन्छ भने नो आइ एम नट फाइन विथ द मेन्सन क्लजेस भन्नुभयो हुन्छ भने नो. तर नो भन्नु मान्छेले चाहिँ फर्स्टमै तपाईँहरूले के गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ भने अमेन्डमेन्ट गरेर पछि भोटिङमा यस भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ. त्यो सबै कसले भन्न पाउँछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जुन अगाडिदेखि प्रेजेन्ट अथवा प्रेजेन्ट एन्ड भोटिङ भन्नुभएको छ नि उहाँहरूले चाहिँ रेजोल्युसनमा भोट गर्न पाउनुहुन्छ. एब्सेन्ट भनेको चाहिँ आई विल स्टे आइडल भने जस्तै हो कि म न त यसको फर भोट गर्छु न त यसको अगेन्स्ट भोट गर्छु, आई विल स्टे आइडल. र वी इन्करेज पिपल नट टु से दिस किनभने 3 दिन कमिटी सेसनमा बसेर आइडल बस्नु भनेको द्याट इज समथिङ यु आर वेस्टिङ द टाइम. सो मेक स्योर कि तपाईँहरूको स्टान्सेस चाहिँ क्लियर होस्, आइदर यु आर भोटिङ फर द रेजोल्युसन अर अगेन्स्ट द रेजोल्युसन. सो अब पास भनेको चाहिँ के हो भने यो ड्राफ्ट रेजुलेसनलाई रेजुलेसन बनाम भनेर एउटा अब्लिगेसन दिएको जस्तै हो कि to skip casting a vote and waiting for a second round. While this allows the delegates see how others vote, in the second round they must vote for or against and can no longer abstain. So फर्स्ट राउन्डमा तपाईँहरूले त्यो एब्सेन्ट गर्नुभएको छ भने चाहिँ द्याट इज लाइक तपाईँहरूले एब्सेन्ट गरेर के हेर्नुभयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ कसले यस भन्यो कसले नो भन्यो भनेर द्याट इज काइन्ड अफ बिङ एन अब्जर्भर इन द कमिटी. यदि त्यहाँ कुनै एब्सेन्ट छ भने चाहिँ सेकेन्ड राउन्ड अफ भोटिङ हुन्छ र सेकेन्ड राउन्ड अफ भोटिङमा चाहिँ जसले एब्सेन्ट भन्नुभएको छ नि उहाँहरूले चाहिँ त्यो रेजुलेसन पास गर्ने कि नगर्ने भनेर स्टेटमेन्ट दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ. द्याट इज वाइ यु निड टु से इट एज पास. सो फर्स्ट राउन्डमै सबैले रेजुलेसनमा भोट गर्नुभयो भने सेकेन्ड राउन्ड जाँदैन. तर फर्स्ट राउन्डमा एब्सेन्ट गरेर अरूलाई अब्जर्भ गरेर बस्नु भएको छ भने चाहिँ सेकेन्ड राउन्ड अफ भोटिङ हुन्छ. सो अब तपाईँहरूले सुरुमा प्रेजेन्ट भोटिङ जे नै भन्यो पनि त्यसले भोटिङ यो रेजुलेसन भोटिङमा एफेक्ट गर्दैन. तर अब फेरि हाम्रो रेजुलेसन लाई भोट गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ विल टेक अ रोल कल. त्यतिखेर चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले प्रेजेन्ट अर रेजिडेन्ट भोटिङ गर्नु पर्यो. अब्सेन्ट भन्नु चाहिँ पाइँदैन. पाइन्छ तर पाइयो भने चाहिँ दिस इज द फर्मेट द्याट वी हेभ टु फलो. अब्सेन्ट भन्नुभयो भने सेकेन्ड राउन्ड अफ भोटिङ हुन्छ. त्यसमा चाहिँ तपाईँले पास गर्नुपर्छ कि फेल गर्नुपर्छ द्याट इज अप टु यु. सो एनी क्वेसन्स? So, यदि केही क्वेसन छ भने प्लिज रेज योर ह्यान्ड or ask me the question.
एकचोटि एमेन्डमेन्ट एकचोटि बुझाइदिनुहोस् न, मेरो के नेटवर्क प्रब्लम उस भएर
कनेक्सन. सो अमेन्डमेन्ट पार्टमा ओके. सो अमेन्डमेन्ट भनेको चाहिँ बेसिकली के हुन्छ भने मेन्सन अपरेटिभ प्रिएम्बटरी क्लजेसमा चेन्ज गर्न पाइँदैन. अपरेटिभ क्लजेसमा चाहिँ अमेन्डमेन्ट हुन्छ किनभने अपरेटिभ भन्दा अहिले डिस्कसन गरिरहेको हो नि त. सो त्यसमा चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले मेन्सन क्लजमा केही कुरा एड गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ कि केही कुरा हटाइदिनुपर्ने हुन्छ. सो हामीले पहिलादेखि भने चाहिँ स्पोन्सर्स अर सोल अथर अफ रेजुलेसन. सो स्पोन्सरले बनाएको रेजुलेसनमा तपाईँहरूले कुनै क्लजेस चेन्ज गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ स्पोन्सरलाई चित्त बुझ्यो, उहाँहरूले रेडीली अग्री गरेर यो चेन्ज गर्नु भनेर त्यो इलिमिनेट गरेर चेन्ज गर्नुभयो भने द्याट इज वाट वी कल फ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. र अनफ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट भनेको चाहिँ स्पोन्सर्सहरूकै कुरा स्पोन्सरलाई नै चित्त नबुझिकन तर मेजोरिटीले चाहिँ त्यो कुरा फेभर चेन्ज गर्नुपर्ने कन्डिसनलाई चाहिँ वी कल इट द्याट अमेन्डमेन्ट. फर इक्जाम्पल अब म एएमआरको भन्दा पनि वुमेनको बारेमा इक्जाम्पल दिन्छु है त. युएन वुमेन कमिटी छ अरे अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले फिमेल राइट्सको कुरा गरिरहनु भएको छ अरे. सो फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच कन्ट्रिज स्पोन्सर्स चाहिँ एउटा डेलिगेट अब नेपालको डेलिगेट उठेर फिमेललाई फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच दिनुपर्छ भनेर त्यो अपरेटिभ क्लजेसमा चेन्ज गरे अरे. स्पेसिफिक भएर फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच चाहिँ दिनुपर्छ भनेर. अनि यदि 3टा मुस्लिम कन्ट्रिजले आफ्नो कन्ट्रिजले त्यसलाई अलाउ गरे पनि डिनाई गरे पनि ल हुन्छ नि त दिनुपर्छ भनेर चेन्ज गर्यो भने वी कल इट फ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. तर सिरियाले चाहिँ त्यो कुरा चित्त बुझेन अरे किनभने उसको कन्ट्रीमा जहाँ फिमेललाई बेसिक एजुकेसनै दिँदैन त्यहाँ कसरी यु क्यान टक अबाउट फ्रिडम अफ स्पिच. त्यही भएर अब डेलिगेट अफ सिरियाले त्यो कुरालाई एक्सेप्ट गरेन. तर मेजोरिटीले चाहिँ त्यो कुरालाई भोट गर्यो अरे कि होइन यो गर्नुपर्छ भनेर. तर मेजोरिटी भइकन पनि सिरियाले त द्याट हेज टु बी इम्प्लिमेन्टेड इन द्याट कन्ट्री राइट हो. त्यस्तो केसमा चाहिँ वी कल इट द्याट अनफ्रेन्डली अमेन्डमेन्ट. सो अमेन्डमेन्ट चाहिँ कसले गर्न पाउँछ भन्दा चाहिँ अमेन्डमेन्ट चाहिँ सिग्नेटरिजले बस्न पाउँछ. सिग्नेटरिज भन्ने बित्तिकै यु इट इज नट कम्पलसरी द्याट यु हेभ टु अग्री विथ एभ्रिथिङ द्याट हेज बिन मेन्सन्ड. तपाईँहरूले सुरुमा चाहिँ ल है म सिग्नेटरिज बस्छु भनेर पछि रेजुलेसन प्रेजेन्ट गरेपछि गर्दाखेरि यु क्यान मेक सम अमेन्डमेन्ट. त्यतिखेर अमेन्डमेन्ट गरेर यु क्यान चेन्ज द थिङ द्याट यु डिड नट लाइक प्रिभियसली इन द ड्राफ्ट रेजुलेसन. र तपाईँहरूको चेन्ज एड्रेस नगरेसम्म रेजुलेसन पास नहुन पनि सक्छ किनभने 2/3 मेजोरिटीले भोट नगरेसम्म रेजुलेसन विल नट बी पास्ड. 21जना डेलिगेट छ भने 14 जनाले त्यो रेजुलेसन भोट नगरिकन द्याट विल नट बी पास्ड इन द कमिटी सेसन. सो योर भोट प्लेज अ भेरी क्रुसियल रोल. Your amendment will also help you in order to uplift the debate. So make sure तपाईँहरूको कन्ट्रीको पोलिसिज वाइज चाहिँ यो कन्ट्रीको यहाँ रेजुल्युसनमा मेन्सन गरेको क्लजेसहरू कतिको फेभरेबल छ कतिको अगेन्स्टमा गइरहेछ पनि तपाईँहरूले एकदम याद गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ इफ नट तपाईँहरूले आफ्नो कन्ट्रीको रिसर्च गर्नुभएको छैन भने यु विल नट नो वेदर द्याट क्लजेस विल act for the development of your country or act against the policies of your country. अरू कुनै क्वेसन? Delegates? केही नबुझेर ब्ल्याङ्क भएको हो कि? Why no questions? Yes, delegate of South Africa.
हामीले यो रेजोल्युसन बनाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ लाइक एउटा सिंगल रेजोल्युसनमा टपिकको सबै एरियाज कभर गरेर बनाउने हो
टपिकको सबै हजुर मतलब तपाईँहरूले जुन जुन मोडरेटर ककस उठाएर डिस्कस गर्नु भएको छ नि हाम्रो टपिक त एएमआर भइहाल्यो तर रेजोल्युसनमा चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले जुन त्यसलाई डिभाइड गरेर त्यसलाई बाइट साइज चङ्क्स बनाएर जुन जुन मोडरेटर ककसहरू डिस्कस गर्नुभएको थियो नि त्यहाँबाट निस्केको सल्युसन्सहरू चाहिँ मेन्सन गर्नुपर्ने हो तपाईँहरूले जुन वर्किङ पेपरमा प्रब्लम सल्युसन भनेर दुईवटा कलम बनाउनु भएको छ प्रब्लम्स डिस्कस भइसक्यो सल्युसन चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले रेजोल्युसनमा यसरी मेन्सन गर्नुपर्ने हो सो अब हामीसँग मोडरेट ककस धेरै छ भने धेरै क्लजेस पनि बन्न सक्छ तर जुन कुरा चाहिँ सबै कन्ट्रिजले एक्सेप्ट गर्छ त्यो कुराहरूलाई मात्र यु क्यान सजेस्ट इट एज अ सल्युसन Did I answer you, South Africa?
Yes, thank you.
So, any more questions, delegates? We'll definitely be assisting you during the onboard while drafting draft resolution as well. तर पछि हामीले क्वेसन गर्नुभन्दा मेक स्योर नाउ यु क्वेसन आस फर्मेट चाहिँ एकदम कम्प्लिटली नै फलो गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ यस डेलिगेट अफ फिलिपिन्स
हामीले क्लजेसहरु चाहिँ रिपिट गर्न मिल्छ
अब क्लजेस रिपिट गर्नुभन्दा त्यसलाई इन्कर्पोरेट गरिदिनुस् न लाइक अब तपाईहरुको एग्रेसमा एउटै कुरा छ भने वर्डिङ दिनुस् सो दैट ले चाहिँ एउटै स्टेटमेन्टमा चाहिँ त्यसको सल्युसन सजेस्ट गरोस् क्लजेस रिपिट गर्नु भनेको त लाइक यु हैव नथिङ टु फलो भने जस्तै हो नि त सो हाम्रो चेयरले चाहिँ रेजोल्युसन कसरी फलो गर्ने भनेर यहाँ एउटा लिंक पनि राख्नु भएको छ यु क्यान फलो दैट एज वेल अहिले प्रेजेन्ट गरेको प्रेजेन्टेसनमा अथवा अरू कुनै क्वेशन्स कसरी फर्मेट गर्ने कहाँबाट निकाल्ने प्रिएम्बुलेटरी क्लजेस भन्ने क्वेशन्स छ भने प्लिज फिल फ्री टु आस्क अलिकति रिसर्च चाहिँ गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अब तपाईहरुले चाहिँ टिम वर्क भन्दा भन्दै सम अफ यु क्यान वर्क फर प्रिएम्बुलेटरी क्लजेस कसैले अपरेटिभ क्लासमा युज गरेर इन्कर्पोरेट गरे पनि भयो अब एकैचोटी झ्यापझुप इन्फर्मेसन ल्याएर समराइज गरे पनि भयो नाउ इट्स अप टु यु पिपल कुनै क्वेशन Delegates, are there any questions regarding how to draft a resolution? अब sponsors को बन्ने signatories को बन्छ भन्ने क्वेशन छ भने चाहिँ feel free to ask. So अब sponsor नबसिकन signatories बसेर बसी amendment गर्न पनि पाइन्छ. Sponsors बनेर formulation गर्दा पनि भयो. If you have no question, we may proceed towards formal session. So delegates, are there any questions?
मैले चाहिँ chat box मा I've mentioned दुईटा link एउटा चाहिँ नि कसरी resolution लेख्ने भनेर bestdelegate.com भन्ने वेबसाइटमा पाउँछ अर्को चाहिँ नि I've mentioned एउटा link जसमा चाहिँ नि resolution को format दिएको छ so you can click on that and access the PDF version of the resolution अनि त्यही हेरेर चाहिँ नि आफ्नो वर्किङ पेपरलाई हल्का एडिट गरेर you can make the resolution अरु के क्वेशन्स छ भने प्लिज डु आस्क नत्र starting from now we'll have exactly 1 hour to make the resolution अनि
कुनै क्वेशन्स छ भने you can text us as well
नि amendment सकाएर yes so one of you can raise a motion to start drafting the resolution for 1 hour I guess 1 hour ko unmod liyo bhane it will be more than enough for you to draft the resolution so delegates are there any points or motions on the floor Yes, delegate of the United Kingdom.
The delegate of United Kingdom would like to raise a motion to start an unmoderated caucus for the time for 60 minutes.
Thank you. By the discretion of the chair, the motion is now in order. Everybody, you can get started. Your unmod starts right now. I will get back to you at exactly 12 o'clock. Thank you.
कोही एकजनाले सेयर गर न
एकचोटि सेयर गर न कहिले स्वेडनले गर्दा हुन्छ होला
मेरोमा माइक्रोसफ्ट वर्ड छैन यो अर्को उबाट गरिरहेको छु क्या म त्यसैले कसैसँग छ भने त्यसबाट गर न
होइन डक्सबाट गर्नु अनि त्यसपछि सबले एडिट गर्न मिल्छ हिजो जस्तै
डक्सबाटै गर त्यही वर्किङ पेपरलाई नै फाइनलाइज गर्न मिल्छ भनेर सुन्न
हिजोकै लिङ्कमा छ नयाँ लाइक त्यसैमा राख्दा भयो सबैसित लिङ्क छ नि
ए ल ओके
ड्राफ्ट अग्रताले बनायो ओके म प्रेजेन्ट गर्छु है त देखिरहेछ
देखिरहेको छु
है मैले यो ठ्याक्कै हेरिरहेको थिएँ यो बनाएको जस्तो बनाउनु पर्ने रहेछ आई थिङ्क युकेलाई चाहिँ युकेले पहिला पनि लिएको थियो है सो आई थिङ्क आइडियाहरू छ होला कसरी बनाउने म त आई थिङ्क आइएम अ लिटल बिट कन्फ्युज यो उसमा कसरी स्टार्ट गर्ने भनेर सो हल्का इनिसिएसन लिउँ न है युके
अब त्यो फर्मेट त त्यस्तै भयो होइन अनि त्यो प्रिएम्बुलेटरीमा चाहिँ अब यही एएमआरसँग रिलेटेड पहिलाको एक्सनहरू लाइक रिमाइन्ड गर्ने अनि तलपट्टि चाहिँ सल्युसनहरूलाई लेख्ने मात्रै हो त्यो फर्मेट अनुसार लेख्नुपर्ने मात्रै हो अरू त त्यस्तो केही हामीले जुन जुन सल्युसन लेखाएको छ त्यो अब आज भन्नुभयो नि त्यो फिक्स्ड एजेन्सीहरूको नाम राखेर अनि मिलाएर लेख्नु पऱ्यो त्यो
ए ओके त्यसो भए स्टार्ट गरौँ है त्यो फर्स्टमा के लेखेको छ
फर्मेट मिलाएर राख्नु वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन अरूहरूले चाहिँ लाइक हेर्दै गरौँ न त्यो लाइक पहिला भएको
एड गर्दै जाँदा पनि हुन्छ है छिटो हुन्छ हेर्दै गरौँ एड गर्दा जाँदा पनि हुन्छ है सो सेकेन्डमा चाहिँ यहाँ स्पोन्सर्सहरू रहेछ
एकचोटि पढाएँ मैले एक्सेस गर्न मिलेन हिजो के उसमा छ
हिजोको ड्राइभको फोल्डरमा छ
लिङ्क पठाइदिएँ है फेरि
सिग्नेटरिज अनि
पोइन्टहरू एड गर्दै गर है खै कोही बोलिरहेकै छैन कहाँ गयो सबै
हुन्छ हुन्छ म पनि हेरिरहेको छु यो पोइन्ट्सहरू
हेर्दै
गरौँ
मैले
जाउँ।
नि त्यहाँ अलिअलि लाइक पहिला भएको
पहिला पोइन्ट्सहरू एड गरौँ अनि त्यसपछि लास्टमा त्यो क्लजेसहरू के युज गर्ने हो त्यो चाहिँ एड गर्दै जाउँला पछि है
कसरी के गरौँ कसरी के गर्दै जाउँ न लाइक
क्लोजेसहरू हेर्दैछु
क्लोजेसहरू अघिकोबाट ठ्याक्कै एड गर्दै जाँदा हुन्छ यति मात्र होइन एड गर्नुपर्ने यतिबाट चुज गर्ने होइन
यहाँ के लेखेको छ भन्दा फेरि ओके जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली थर्ड कमिटीको सट्टा हाम्रो डब्लुएचओ यो के लेख्ने हो यहाँ चाहिँ
त्यो जे लेख्दा पनि हुन्छ होला एउटा के नम्बर
रेजोल्युसन अनि स्ल्यास डब्लुएचओ अनि नम्बर राख एउटा अनि अमेन्ड गर्दै गएपछि चाहिँ त्यो नम्बर चेन्ज गर्दै लाने हो
नम्बर भन्नाले के नम्बर GA3 1.1 भन्ने के
जी भनेको जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली भयो हामीले डब्लुएचओ लेख्ने होला डब्लुएचओ स्ल्यास अनि नम्बर लेख्ने 3 पोइन्ट होइन जे लेख्ने हुन्छ 1.1 राख अनि अमेन्ड गरेपछि एकचोटि अमेन्ड गरेपछि 1.2 हुन्छ त्यस्तै गर्दै चेन्ज हुँदै जान्छ
त्यो पछि सोधौँला नि त्यो छोड्दै अहिले पहिला पेपरमा वर्क गरौँ अनि त्यो पछि डिसाइड गरौँला
जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली भनेपछि हाम्रो यहाँ एजेन्डा पछि यहाँ पनि के लेख्नुपर्ने रहेछ वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन एजेन्डा पनि भन्दा नि टपिक यो हामीले मोडरेटेड ककवासमै भनेको कुराहरू एड गर्नुपर्छ है थिङ्क यो भनेको छ
यसमा बीचमै फुल स्टप दिन पाइदैन हैन लास्टमा मात्रै दिने हो है
लास्टमा मात्रै दिनु
ए त्यहाँ बीचमा देखे जस्तो लाग्यो
यो टपिक पछि जुन छ नि त्यसमा चाहिँ लाइक अब जसरी उता हाम्रो के अरे स्याम्पलमा जेनरल त्यसमा चाहिँ
होला है कि जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली
त्योमा चाहिँ के WHO लेख्ने
WHO कमिटी
WHO लेख्दा हुन्छ है
क्लजेसहरू इटालिक्समा हुन्छ होइन
त्यो क्लजेसहरू चाहिँ इटालिक्समा हुन्छ त्यो पछि मिलाउँदा त्यस्तोहरू चाहिँ
त्यो प्रिएम्बुलेटरी ऊहरूको लागि धेरै नराखौँ है कति धेरै आइसक्यो
अनि यो सेन्टेन्सहरु पनि सर्ट बनाउनु पर्छ यार कत्रो भएको
त्यही
यस्तो यो लिमिटेसन त छैन नि जस्तै 1 पेजमा सकाउनु पर्ने त्यस्तो केही भन्छन् है
होइन होला
स्याम्पलमा त म 5 पेजको थियो एउटा स्याम्पल हेरेको थिएँ मैले
प्लानमा चाहिँ 25 पेजको छ त WHO को
त्यही भएर छैन होला त्यो यति पेजमा सकाउनु पर्ने भनेर
यो हेड्स अफ द स्टेट छ नि जुन त्यो चाहिँ लिनुपर्छ यो वाला पार्ट
मन चाहिँ हेर्नको ठ्याक्कै यो दिस विकेन्ड छ कहिलेको
डिलिट गरिदिएर
त्यो
यो लिङ्कहरू पठाइदिउँ न भाइबरमा कि त मेसेन्जरमा पठाइदिउँ न आशीमा यो दुईटा लिङ्कहरू योबाट यहाँबाट हेर्दै म एडिट गर्दै जान्छु के माथिबाट टिचरले पठाइदिनु भएको छ दुईटा
के यस्तो यो सबै प्रोग्राममै हामीले वर्किङ पेपर बनाएको छ नि त्योमा भएर हेरेर जाऊँ त किनभने हाम्रो प्रब्लम्स जस्तै हामीले अब एम्फसाइज केमा गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यो त हाम्रो वर्किङ पेपरमा छ नि त होइन प्रब्लम्सहरू अनि त्योबाट चाहिँ अलि उस हुन्छ होला अलिक बल्ल ब्रिफिङ हुन्छ होला
यो के अरे प्रिएम्बुलेटरी छ नि जुन प्रिएम्बुलेटरी फिज प्रब्लम स्टेट गर्न मिल्दो रहेछ जस्तो लाग्यो
त्योमा लाइक के भयो अनि प्रब्लम स्टेट त्यसमा गर्ने हो के हुन्छ नि
प्रब्लम्स अनि अहिलेसम्म के भयो चाहिँ प्रिएम्बुलेटरी क्लजेस युज गरेर लेख्ने अनि त्यसपछि तल चाहिँ अनि अपरेटिभमा चाहिँ सल्युसनहरू
अनि त्यो अहिलेसम्म के भयो प्रब्लम त्यो मिक्स गर्न पाइन्छ आई मिन प्रब्लम फर्स्टमा लेख्ने अनि त्यस्तो त्यस्तो पनि हो कि
सुरुमा प्रब्लमहरू
पुरै सेन्टेन्समा सबैलाई कभर गर्दा एड्रेस गर्दा ठिक हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो यता
यो मरोकै यो एकछिन म जसले यसलाई लेखेको त्यसलाई फेरि म डिलिट गरिदिएँ ल हुन्छ
त्यो हुन्छ
stressing on irrational use irrational use of antimicrobials in public health, veterinary agriculture, and veterinary, no? And लेख्दा हुन्छ हैन
के अरे यसमा ऊ पनि फन्डिङ त्यो जस क्रिटिकल फन्डिङ ग्यापको कुरा पनि एड्रेस गर्नुपर्छ होला किनभने प्रब्लमहरूको त्यही छ त्यो समराइजेसनमा फन्डिङको कुरा धेरै छ
डब्लुएचओले
म चाहिँ
फन्डिङ
सल्युसनहरूमा लेख्दै गइरहेको छु है अलिअलि अपरेटिभ क्लज तलतिर
on irrational use of antimicrobials in public health
त्यही नि
and
त्यो
generating
इलाबोरेटिङ भएन
अनि
भनेर त्यस्तै हामीले त्यो के अरे आज चाहिँ त्यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ सायद अघि भनिसकेको थियो नि लाइक मजाले सल्युसन्सहरूमा अहिले इलाबोरेट गरेर भन्नुपर्छ के
आई थिङ्क त्यो सल्युसन्सहरू चाहिँ अलि उ भएको छैन के राम्रो भएको छैन
लाइक अलिकति
सोल्युसनको पुरै भन्न पर्छ कि यो अर्गनाइजेसनलाई यो गर्ने हो यति टाइमसम्म भ्याउने हो भनेर लगी लेख्नुपर्छ
यो फर्स्ट पोइन्ट कसले एड गरेको
मैले
reminding all the nations on the political declaration of the high-level meeting of the UN General Assembly on September 20, through Resolution 7083. Okay.
अनि स्ट्रेसिङ भन्दा पनि रियलाइजिङ हुन्छ रियलाइजिङ अन इरेसनल
भाइटनमले यो कुरा मेन्सन गरेको थियो मोडरेट ककसमा
भियतनामले लाइक हुन्छ नि यो फर्स्ट उसमा चाहिँ के भयो भनेर चाहिँ स्ट्रेस फ्याक्ट चाहिँ स्ट्रेस गरेको थियो पोलिटिकल डिक्लेरेसन
यो कसले लेखिरहेको यो रियलाइजिङवाला
रियलाइजिङवाला मैले त्यसलाई उस गर्न खोजेको
ए के अरे यसमा त्यो फन्डिङको कुरा चाहिँ एड गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लागेको छ
realizing irrational use of antimicrobials in public health, agriculture, and veterinary. Realizing
and
वाइ को बारेमा वाइले भने हो कि त्यसको बारेमा तल लेखे त लेख्नु पर्दैन होला यसमा
वाइ हैन हाम्रो जुन वर्किङ पेपरमा जुन लेखेको छ नि त्यसलाई मैले युज गरेको लाइक
यो चाहिँ कसले लेखेको द थ्री पार्टी एक्जिक्युसन कमिटी यो डब्लुएवाई डब्लु के हो यो फुल फर्महरू लेख है अस्ति नै सेयर गर्नु भन्नुभयो थियो कसले मेन्सन गरेको यो
वर्ल्ड एन्टिमाइक्रोबियल अवेरनेस विक कसले लेखेको थाहा भएन तर
राख्नु भयो किन यस्तो ब्ल्याक आएको यो
त्यो हाइलाइटेड
भएको त्यो कसले कपी पेस्ट गरेर हो ठ्याक्कै
त्यो यो यता पनि
click on sound.
यो हरेक पोइन्टमा यो क्लजहरू युज गर्नुपर्ने ऊ छ र नेसेसरी छ कि जस्तै कुनै कुनैमा चाहिँ नलेख्दा पनि हुन्छ
युज गर्नुपर्छ
यो क्लजेसहरू रिपिट गर्न त पाइन्छ होला नि हैन
सकेसम्म नगरे त रिपिट गर्नै पर्दैन नि कति अप्सन्सहरू छ नगरौँ न
ओके ए त्यो अहिलेको स्क्रिनसट हेर्नु पर्यो त्यहाँ पनि थियो
मैले लेखेको थिएँ पठाइदिउँ केमा
हैन हैन मसँग छ मैले नि लेखेको थिएँ
हुन्छ पठाइदेऊ न एकचोटि भाइबरमा
भाइबरमा
मेडिसिन्स त 68
यो पोइन्ट नम्बर 3 कसले मिलाउँदै हो धेरै भइसकेको रहेछ नि त
यो तलको लामो लामो पोइन्ट्सहरू के यतिकै कपी पेस्ट गरे हो कसैले
होइन यो एडिट गर्नुपर्छ गर्दै गरिरहेको छु म माथिबाट गरिरहेको छु है हेरिरहेको छु सब अरू पनि तलबाट गर्दै गर न म माथिबाट हेरिरहेको छु
यो तलको यो सेकेन्ड पेजको पेज नम्बर 2 को उ लेखिरहेको हो के अरे अपरेटिभ वाला
म लास्टतिर अपरेटिभको लेख्दै गरे चाहिँ लास्टतिर नि एडिट गर्नु हजुर पनि
क्लजेस भनेर लेख्न पर्छ कि आई मिन हुन्छ नि टपिक टाइपको
त्यसमा त नम्बरिङ
पनि गर्ने हो क्लजहरुलाई
अपरेटिभ क्लजमा त V5 युज हुँदो रहेछ कमेन्ट्स बियरिङ
यहाँदेखि चाहिँ आई थिङ्क यहाँदेखि चाहिँ मेन पोइन्ट्सहरू सुरु भयो जस्तो लाग्यो
सिग्नेटरिजमा चाहिँ आफ्नो आफ्नो कन्ट्रीको नाम हाल्ने हो कि के हो
ओ माय गॉड कसले पुरै वर्किङ पेपरलाई पेस्ट
यो पोइन्ट नम्बर 3 कसले गरेको यो अलि स्टेटिङ एन्टिबायोटिक यो के भनेको स्टेटिङ एन्टिबायोटिक रेजिस्टेन्स अर नो लङ्गर
एक्चुअली चाहिँ एन्टिबायोटिक रेजिस्टेन्सलाई चाहिँ नो लङ्गर प्रेडिक्सन्स भनेको भनेर लेखेको सेज भनेर लेख्ने कि सेइङ स्टेटिङ त होला नि नत्र
Stating.
इज
यो के अरे रियलाइजिङ ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट भन्दा पनि अर्को क्लज राख्न मिल्दैन यसमा अलि रियलाइजिङ अलि रिलिजिङ
रिलिजिङ छ रियलाइजिङ छैन रिलिजिङ
Realizing.
रिलिजिङ RELEA नै हो कि रियलाइजिङ
रिकलिङ
कसरी
राख्दा नि हुन्छ
रिलिजिङ
रिकलिङ अन गोल रिकलिङ लेख्दा नि हुन्छ पुरानो कुरा त हो
नभए
रियलाइजिङ
ह्याभिङ
भनेको
स्टडिड राख्दा पनि हुन्छ ह्याभिङ स्टडिड ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट अन सर्भिलियन्स
ऊ त्यसमा ऊ त्यो नै छ कि
Referring गर्दा नि भयो referring
WHO releases Global Report on Surveillance 2014 in which it states that antibiotic resistance is no longer a prediction भन्ने छ कि ठ्याक्क त्यही छ त्यही भएर रिलिजिङै हुन्छ होला जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई चाहिँ
Realizing. Realizing नै ठिक छ
referring गर्दा नि भयो
Referring लेख्दै referring बरु है म लेख्छु
यो एन्डोर्सिङ वाला त सल्युसन्समा लेख्दा हुन्छ होला नि हैन
त्यो त अलरेडी छ होला पहिलाकोमै
The working people भनेको
यसमा छ नि यो प्रिएम्बुलेटरी फिजमा एउटा इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ नि वर्ल्ड हेल्थ असेम्ब्लीको त्यो एक्सन प्लान म्यान्डेट गर्नलाई कल गरेको डब्लुएचओले त्योवाला राख्दा अलिक ठिक हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो अर्को अर्को पोइन्ट पनि के किनभने त्यो एक्सन प्लान छ नि त
त्यो त्यसलाई उस गरेर त लाइक फ्रेज गरेर म यहाँ लेख्दिन्छु
हुन्छ एकैछिन है त
कलिङ अन हुन्छ कलिङ अन
एकैछिन है म
यसमा प्रिएम्बुलेटरीमा चाहिँ हुँदैन रहेछ क्या प्रिएम्बुलेटरीमा चाहिँ हुँदैन त्यो चाहिँ उसमा मिल्छ अपरेटिभमा चाहिँ कल्स अपन भन्दा हुन्छ
मैले एउटा के कुरा बुझ्दिनँ यो ट्रेडले हामीलाई एउटा त्यो स्याम्पल पठाइदिनु भएको थियो नि होइन यो फर्स्टको 3टा पोइन्ट्स चाहिँ यत्तिकै छ अनि पछि चाहिँ नम्बरहरू राख्दै गएको छ यो फर्स्टको 3टामा चाहिँ किन नराखेको यत्तिकै त्यो लाइक डाटाहरू राखेर हो के भन्नु
प्रिएम्बुलेटरी भएको भएर चाहिँ नराखे होला यो पछिको चाहिँ अब इम्पोर्टेन्ट जस्तै
के अरे कसले हो अघि भियतनामले बोल्नु भयो जस्तो लाग्यो विभिङ विथ अपरेसन हुन्छ होला
के भन्नु
एकछिन है त म यता एकछिन यता एड गर्छु ठिक लागेन भने काट्दा हुन्छ है
हुन्छ हुन्छ रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेसन्स यस्तो गरी यसलाई चाहिँ सेकेन्डमा राखौँ है यसलाई चाहिँ सेकेन्डमा राखौँ अनि यसलाई थर्डमा राख्दा हुन्छ rational use taken into account Particularly concerned economic and technical problem. You're deeply concerned र यो taking into account छ नि एउटै गर्न मिल्छ होला है no significant process has been made in research and development of new class of antibiotics अनि technical र economic burden पनि
Has been in the research.
no significant progress has been made in the research of new class of antibiotics.
लास्टमा 30 years पछि चाहिँ रिजन दिन मिल्छ होला यो अन इकोनोमिक र टेक्निकल बर्डन यसपछि एड गरिदिँदा हुन्छ होला
Like development of new class of antibiotics.
त्यो नोटिङ फर्दर वाला पोइन्ट कसले राखेको एकचोटि के भने बुझाइदिनु न त्यो सेकेन्ड मिटिङमा
Choosing a rational use of antimicrobials in beginning in the context of significant process and made the research and development of the new class. Taking into account no significant progress has been made in the research and development of new class of antibiotics over the past 30 years.
Preambulatory points are धेरै भएछ
लिमिटेसन छ र प्रिएम्बुलेटरीको
छैन तर यति धेरै नै धेरै भएछ
पाँचवटा मात्रै छ होइन र यो नोटिङ फर्दर पनि छ यो
फर्दर अलि सर्ट गर्नुपर्छ है
यो पुरै पोइन्ट नै कत्रो
टेक गर्नुपर्छ एकचोटि सुन ल इन्टु अकाउन्ट योवाला पोइन्ट हेरेन ल हेर्नुहोस् न ल टेकिङ इन्टु अकाउन्ट द्याट नो सिग्निफिकेन्ट प्रोग्रेस हेज बिन मेड इन द रिसर्च एन्ड डेभलपमेन्ट अफ
to follow up on contributors for the was organized for the implementation of the global AMR surveillance
significant progress have been made in research and development
भनेको के हो कोलाबोरेटिङ सेन्टर्स
एड गर्नु टेकिङ इन्टु अकाउन्ट वाला पोइन्टमा
त्यो के अरे बर्डन छ नि नभए फाइनेन्सियल इकोनोमिक एन्ड टेक्निकल च्यालेन्जेस वाइल फेसिङ
रिजल्टिङ फ्रम लेख्दा हुन्छ कि त्यो ट्राई गरौँ
हुन्छ त्यही ट्राई गरिदिनु रिजल्टिङ फ्रम इकोनोमिक एन्ड
टेक्निकल च्यालेन्जेस
ठिक हुन्छ है रिजल्टिङ फ्रम टेक्निकल एन्ड 40 years 1980s 40 years हो 1980s there's no significant progress has been made in search and development of a new class of for about the past 40 years over the past 40 years 40 years resulting from economic and technical challenges ठीक है सर के deciding to set यो छुट्टै हो
deciding to set वाला अलिक मिलेन जस्तो लाग्यो
यो त उसको यो प्रिएम्बुलेटरीको लागि भन्दा पनि अपरेटिभ फेजको लागि उसमा राख्छ एज अ सल्युसन्स
अपरेटिभको लागि त हामीले सल्युसन्सहरू दिने हो नि त यो त अलरेडी सेट भएको कुरालाई पनि सल्युसन्समा राख्छ लाग्दैन होला।
encourages
सेट
like
भएको होइन यसलाई चाहिँ एन्करेज गरेर
encourage गर्ने
अनि सबै नेसनहरूले चाहिँ सेलिब्रेट गरौँ भनेर यस्तो
भन्ने खाले encouragesमा राख्नु हुँदैन कसले यो कपी गर्नला गरेर त तल राखिदिइराख न noting for the second meeting
सेकेन्ड
quality and quality
के अरे यो रिमाइन्डिङ पछिको रेफरिङवाला पोइन्ट छ नि यो अनि त्यसपछि स्ट्रेसिङवालाले प्रब्लमलाई एड्रेस गर्छ नि त होइन
यसलाई चाहिँ माथि राख्नुपर्छ
यसलाई चाहिँ माथि राख्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो कि सेकेन्ड नम्बरमा
होइन रिफरिङ पछि चाहिँ भ्युइङ द एप्रिसिएसन गर्नुपर्छ को जुन छ नि सर्भिलेन्सकै कुरा छ नि त नोटिङ फर द सेकेन्ड मिटिङ अफ डब्लुएच एन्ड एएमआर सर्भिलेन्स एन्ड क्वालिटी एसेसमेन्ट यो छ नि
हुन्छ ठिकै छ
यसलाई र रिफरिङले के गर्ने मिलाउनु मिल्छ के हो छुट्टै छुट्टै हो हुनु त
कुनलाई रे
referring to global report on surveillance 2014 by WHO that states antibiotic resistance is no longer a prediction ra not for implementation
यो होइन बरु यो चाहिँ गर्न
कुन भनेको रेफरिङ र कुन भनेको नै बुझेन
यो
नोटिङ फर्दर
रिफरिङ वाला अलि छ बरु यो राख्देऊ न डिसाइडिङ यो चाहिँ वर्ल्ड अवेरनेस वीक चाहिँ राख्देऊ न
डिसाइडिङ टु सेट छ नि
हो त्यो चाहिँ राम्रो छ पोइन्ट
डिसाइडिङ टु सेट चाहिँ खास गरी के यो गिभिङ विथ अपरेसन यो 68 जेनरल कन्फरेन्समै आई मिन यो डब्लुएचओ को एसेम्ब्लीमै आएको कुरा हो कि डब्लुएडब्लु चाहिँ यो त्रिपार्टिट एक्जिक्युटिभ कमिटी भन्ने थाहा भएन तर यो वर्ल्ड एन्टिमाइक्रोबियल अवेरनेस विक चाहिँ 68 वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्लीमा चाहिँ आएको कुरा हो कि अनि 18 to 20 नोभेम्बर चाहिँ एनुअली मनाउन पर्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ त्यतिखेर चाहिँ आएको हो कि यो हाम्रो यो थर्ड पोइन्टमै इन्क्लुड गर्न मिल्छ सायद एउटा
ट्राइपार्टाइल एक्जिक्युटिभ कमिटी
त्यसमा
चाहिँ
डब्लुएचओ एफएओ र ओआई
हो
तिनवटा हो कि त्यसमा चाहिँ डब्लुएचओ ओआई र एफएओ हो यो र तिमीले भनेको यो के अरे युएन यो 68th वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्लीको कुरा गरेको होइन
यसमा भने के भने भन्दा वर्ल्ड एन्टिमाइक्रोबियल अवेरनेस विक चाहिँ यो एउटा ग्लोबल एक्सन हो जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ ग्रोइङ प्रब्लम अफ रेजिस्टेन्स टु एन्टिबायोटिकलाई चाहिँ हटाउँछ यो चाहिँ अब यो प्लान भनेको चाहिँ 68 वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्ली मे 2015 मा चाहिँ इन्डोर्स भएको हो अनि त्यसपछि यो चाहिँ जहिले पनि
एड गर्दै न अब टाइम खासै छैन अब फटाफट एडिट गरिहाल्नु पर्छ छिटो छिटो राख
म एडिट गरिदिन्छु नि त है भनेको कुरा पनि राम्रो लाग्यो के अरे यो नोटिङ र रेफरिङ एउटै छ यो नोटिङ फर्दर र रेफरिङको कुरा एउटै छ के त्यही भएर एउटा हटाउनुपर्छ रेफरिङको सट्टामा नोटिङ फर्दरको पोइन्ट राख्दा राम्रो हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो किनकि रिपिटेसन मैले कपी गरिदिएँ ल
एकछिन नोटिङ फर्दरको सेकेन्ड मिटिङ छ हाम्रो फर्स्ट मिटिङ कतिखेर भयो थाहा छैन नि त फेरि त्यो बुझ्यो मैले भन्नु खोजेको बुझ्नुभयो लाइक सेकेन्ड मिटिङ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अनि फर्स्ट मिटिङलाई एड्रेस लाइक हुन्छ नि कसरी एड्रेस गर्छौ भनेर नि भन्छ नि त त्यसैले त्यो सेकेन्ड मिटिङ भन्दा पनि नोटिङ फर्दर द डब्लुएचओ अन एएमआर सर्भिलेन्स 24
भन्दा पनि उ गर न द मिटिङ मात्र
गर्दा हुन्छ द मिटिङ मात्र लेख्दा हुन्छ होला है
यो रिफरिङ टु द ग्लोबल यो के गर्ने यो पोइन्ट
referring to the global and surveillance
यो हटाइदिने होला सायद
त्यो भएपछि
फर्स्ट मिटिङ नै यही त भयो 2014 मा नै डब्लुएचओ ले डिक्लेयर गरेको हो यो फर्स्टलाई मिलाउनु पर्छ
ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट
एचओले चाहिँ रिलिज गरेको हुन्छ त्यतिखेर रिपोर्ट अनि के अरे यो 68th वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्लीमा चाहिँ बल्ल चाहिँ डब्लुएडब्लु चाहिँ आएको हो कि रिपोर्ट चाहिँ त्यतिखेर निकाल्यो मे 2015 मा चाहिँ बल्ल अवेरनेस विक गर्न पर्छ भनेर चाहिँ आएको हो कि
लेख्दा हुन्छ त यसमा
20 minutes मात्रै छ लाइक बरु एडिट गर्दै गरौँ न
एकछिन रोकै म मिलाउँछु ल सुन ल referring to a global report on surveillance 2014 by WHO stating states antibiotic resistance is no longer prediction followed by the meeting on surveillance and quality assessment was organized भन् त्यसरी मिलाउँदा मिल्छ followed by the
ग्रास
followed for the implementation
को लागि अर्गनाइज गरेको थियो for that
implementation surveillance
endorsement
एकचोटि यो
हुन्छ होला
कसैले
म यो मिलाउँदै गर्छु अरूहरू हेर्दै गरेर त लाइक operative causes operative
एकचोटि एकजनाले यो हेर न यो टेकिङ इन्टु अकाउन्ट वालाको पार्ट थियो नि अघि भनेको कसले लेखेको हो
कुन चाहिँ वाला
यो टेकिङ इन्टु वाला के यो डब्ल्यू
सिग्निफिकेन्ट प्रोसेस वाला
यो मैले
प्रोग्रेस
हैन
वाला
मैले के अरे यो भ्युविङ विथ अप्रिसिएसन वाला छ नि यो 68th वर्ल्डको पछाडिपट्टि मिलाइदिए क्या यसरी एकचोटि हेर त देख्यो कुन भन्नु त्यो बुझ्यो म एकचोटि बोल्ड गरिदिन्छु ल यो वाला के
प्रेजेन्ट कसले आर्यले गरेर हैन
भन के भने
हैन सोधे त्यतिकै
यो टेकिङ इन्टु अकाउन्ट वाला हटाउँदा हुन्छ होला है हेर्यो कसैले
that no signal has been made in the recent हैन यो त राख्नु पर्छ
हैन त्यो त इम्पोर्टेन्ट पोइन्ट हो त
कुन चाहिँ भनेको
त्यो टेकिङ इन्टु अकाउन्ट त अब नयाँ एन्टिबायोटिक्स अहिलेसम्म निकालेकै छैन पास्ट 40 इयर्स
हैन सरी यो डिसाइडिङ टु सेट वाला भनेको
1987 मा हो फर्स्टमा
पनि राम्रो छ पोइन्ट त
हैन यसलाई यो अनि डुप्लिकेसन भयो भनेर भने हैन त माथि अनि त्यही भएर यो भ्युविङ विथ अप्रिसिएसनको पछाडि राखिदिएको क्या यो डिसाइडिङ टु सेट वाला
भ्युविङ
त्यसले बुझ्यो
हुन्छ
यो हटाइदिन्छु भनेको
68 volt endorsement which are going to combat through
हामीले फर्स्टको जुन पोइन्ट छ नि अर्कै राख्नुपर्छ अनि त्यसपछि यो सेकेन्ड राख्नुपर्छ है सेकेन्ड र थर्डलाई मर्ज गरेर फर्स्टमा राख्दिउँ अनि सेकेन्डको पोइन्टलाई त्यसपछि राख्ने
लामो हुँदैन र
सेकेन्ड र थर्डलाई मर्ज गरेर हो नि त प्रियङ्काले गरिरहेको होइन
मैले गरिरहेको छु ल म
फर्स्टमा 2014 भयो 2017 19 अनि 16 आयो फेरि
यो चाहिँ रिफरिङ चाहिँ फर्स्टमा राख्दा हुन्छ आई थिंक
फर्स्टमा यो राख्दिने त्यसपछि हैन यो दुईटा मर्ज भइराछ नि जुन चाहिँ यो राख्ने त्यसपछि रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेशन्स अन द पोलिटिकल यो ठिक हुन्छ
हामी सेकेन्ड पेजतिर उ गरौँ त एडिट गर्दै गरौँ त यता तलतिर आई थिंक तलतिर अग्रताले हेर्दा कस्तो राम्रो भइराछ यहाँ यता यति यो एफएओतिरको एकचोटि
माथि त एडिट गर्नै बाँकी रहेछ ओहो guided by is a pilot and progressive management pathway.
I think
20 you referring to a global report on surveillance 2014
taking into account the you having considered in 2017 you duita merge garum no that's why भनेर अनि हुन्छ नि मिल्छ
according to नलेखौँ है हेर त रिफरिङ वाला हेर त रिमाइन्डिङ अनि रिफरिङ
reminding all the nations on
प्रिफरिङलाई फर्स्टमा राख्दिउँ।
यो नोटिङ फर्दर डिलिट गरिदिए ल अब पढ्दैन जस्तो लाग्छ
हुन्छ गर्दै त्यो क्लास
referring to a global reminding, viewing the appreciation, stressing on the irrational, taking into no significant irrational use of antimicrobials, significant
Taking
progress
into
has been
account
made
र
in
having
research.
considered लाई के ठाउँमा राख्दिम न
Taking into account र केलाई
having considered
having in 2017 a guide research development into
2017 पछि
के यो
2020 मा
लेखेको
पनि एउटा उ छ त्यो एउटा आर्टिकल छ मैले बिहान भर्खर
यो
पढेँ
मैले बुझिन having considered in 2017 a guide research and development यो के भनेको
हैन के रे WHO ले एउटा प्रायोरिटी प्याथोजन लिस्ट
एकचोटि यो छ नि taking into account that no significant progress has been made in research and development यो र यो के रे लास्टको having considered वाला बनाउन मिल्छ सँगै
बनाइदिउँ
त्यही भनेको अहिले
2020 मा पनि चेन्ज
a guide research and development to develop the priority pathogens.
यो चाहिँ के भने यो के भने countries committed on the framework set out in the global action plan on AMI during the 2015 World Health Assembly and committed to the development and
encourages regular surveillance of international guidelines on the use of antimicrobials by WHO and is implemented by relevant agencies at various requests of financially powerful nations. World Bank to provide financial assistance to
राख्दा पनि ठिकै हुन्छ
हामी उसमा भयो हैन revaccinations for the importance of accessibility, strong recommends education, infection prevention, draws attention towards the need for regarding chemical composition of sanitizers through the cost of the nation to compensate and operative fees त भइसकेछ त अनि तर यो कति धेरै हो सो
के रे एक्चुअली
preambulatory को having considered in 2020 a guide research and development into new antimicrobial diagnostics and vaccines. WHO developed the WHO priority pathogens list.
यो guided by FAO वाला चाहिँ के हो त्यो मैले बुझ्दै
Taking into account that no significant progress has been made in research and development of new class of antibiotics.
guided by
For
FAO
past 30 for past 30 years नलेखम अनि new class of antibiotics and in 2020 a guide research and development into new antimicrobials diagnostics and vaccines was developed by WHO developed pathogens priority pathogens list.
Past 30 years किन हटाउने र मेन चीज नै त त्यही हो लाइक मेन कुरा नै त यत्रो इयर्स भइसक्यो अहिलेसम्म डिस्कभरै भएको छैन कुनै भन्ने हो नि त प्लस अर्को वाला पोइन्ट पनि मर्ज गरेको छ क्या
यो चाहिँ उसमा हुन्छ हैन लाइक having considered in 2020 यो त मिलेन नि त अलि
यो लाइन नै कस्तो अलि
सेन्टेन्स त मिलेन तर यो कुरालाई एड गर्नुभयो कसले राखेको हो यो कुरा
यो WHO डेभलप द प्रायोरिटी प्याथोजन लिस्ट भनेर चाहिँ बरु कुनै अर्को पोइन्टमा लगेर राख्दिम न बाँकी अगाडिको यो रिसर्च हटाएर
यो अलि लामो लाइक यसको
यस्तो गर न गर्नुपर्छ having considered 2020 a guide research and development into new antimicrobial के यो a guide research and
कस्तो
यो लाइन नै कस्तो guide research and
कस्तो लाग्यो WHO ले चाहिँ 2020 मा एउटा रिसर्च जस्तो एउटा फर्म गर्यो होला जसमा चाहिँ प्रायोरिटी प्याथोजन लिस्टहरु चाहिँ उले लिस्ट गरिदिएको छ होला क्या
त्यसको लागि चाहिँ
अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ since हैन since the development of new class of antibiotics for about the past 30 since there is no new development of the new class of the antibiotic for about past 30 years भनेर नि यहाँ पछाडि एड गर्दिनु
गर्दिम त्यो हुन्छ बरु
एकचोटि एडिट गरिहाल त अनि त्यसपछि
यो चाहिँ के गर्ने a guide having considered a guide research and development on होला के into हैन antimicrobial diagnostic and
resource and materials
यो गाइडेड बाइ FAO वालाहरु
contribute. Guided by FAO is a pilot progression management pathway which enables countries and sectors to identify where how to step by step
progressing management pathway.
Guided by हामीसँग छ guided by
कुरा आएको थियो र यसरी
FAO OIE र WHO ले सँगै कोलाबोरेट गरेर काम गरेको छ भन्ने मात्रै आएको हैन तर यो पनि पोइन्ट राम्रै छ हैन भन्नाले FAO ले यसरी काम गर्छ भनेर चाहिँ देखाइराछ
त्यही मतलब उद्देश्य थियो लास्टको मोडल कर्पसमा आएको थियो के रे FAO केसँग मिलेर चाहिँ गरि आएको छ भनेर त्यही हो त्यति मात्र आएको छ यो खै कस्तो कस्तो भयो कि
एग्रिकल्चरलाई फोकस गरेर छैन नि यो त राख्नुपर्छ यो
त्यो राम्रो छ क्या पोइन्ट किनभने
on progressive management pathway that enables countries.
If it works on progressive management pathway,
okay, to
it works on like it. Operative वाला ने edit कर रहा है like time यो preambulatory भन्दा नि सल्युसनहरु इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ नि हामीलाई
यो सेकेन्ड छ नि पेज नम्बर 2 मा यो encourages वाला के फर्स्ट को पोइन्ट encourages regular surveillance वाला र यो need for relevant investigation वाला पोइन्ट के
हेर त एकचोटी
encourage
सेकेन्ड पेजमा हैन encourages regular surveillance of international guidelines वाला stresses on the need for relevant investigation वाला उस्तै उस्तै छ यसमा international and national थप्थ्यो भने हुन्छ होला
एउटै हुन्छ
है
हो
गर्दै ल तलको
ल
यो एकचोटी हेर त यो having considered वाला point
solutions
ल ठिक छ
ठिक छ
अकाउन्टको के गर्ने त त्यो
त्यो हटाउने हो
एडिट गर्ने हो
यो
हटाइदिने हो
हामीले र अहिलेसम्म एक्जिस्टिङ पोलिसिजहरू दुटै मिक्सअप भइरहेको छ के बिचबिचमा आइरहेको छ
त्यो चेक गरौँ न फेरि
viewing with appreciation UN member states answer for the 68th World Health Assembly 68 भन्दाखेरि 68 लेख्दिदा हुन्छ
68 हुन्छ
टाइम सिद्धिन लाग्यो है 4 मिनेट मात्र रहेछ ल ह्याभिङ हर्ड डब्ल्यु यो पोइन्ट के गरेको
यसपछि ब्रेक हो पाउँछ
PMI through National Action Plan and World and you through National Action Plan and you World Executive Committee भनेर चाहिँ यहाँ दिनुपर्छ World Health Organization Executive Committee लेख्नुपर्छ नि त tripartite executive
WHO FAO
के छ भनेर इन्क्लुड गर्नुपर्छ फुल फर्मै लेख्नु
वर्ल्ड त्यो ठुलो लामो हुन्छ है त्यसो त
के गर्ने
यो पेज नम्बर 2 बाट चाहिँ हाम्रो अपरेटिभ फिज हो
हो
पेज नम्बर 2 देखि छ
यसलाई टेबल के अरे नम्बरिङ गर्नु चाहिँ
त्यो पछि गर्दा पहिला एकचोटि एडिट गरौँ
हामी अगाडि गरौँ
ल एडिट अब यहाँ जाम अब यो हेरौँ अपरेटिभ क्लसेसहरू
फुल स्टपहरू पनि चेक गरौँ है म चेक गर्छु
यो
यो ह्याभिङ हर्टवाला के हो
के हो त्यो चाहिँ मैले नि बुझेको छैन
यो त अगाडि
यसलाई
आए
पनि
जस्तो लागिरहेको थियो गर्दा
प्रियङ्का यो के भन्यो viewing with appreciation UN member states answers for the 68 के भन्यो answers
मैले हेरेकै छैन अर्गनाइजेसन
एन्सर्स नै हो लाइन स्पेसिङ के 1.5 राख्दाखेरि पनि कस्तो कन्जस्टेड देखेको है
अहिले मिलाउनुपर्छ 14 राखेर
मैले अझै बनाइदिएँ
टाइम स्पेसिङ 1 को हुन्छ हैन र
1 हो एकदम कन्जस्टेड भयो कि
खै 1 जसलाई
कुन चाहिँ भनेको गाइडेड
एउटा लास्ट पोइन्ट मिलाएर देख्नु न के त्यो
Position
वान हेल्थ एप्रोचबाट गर्ने
टेकिङ कुन चाहिँ कस अपन ड्रस रिमाइन्ड्स
अपरेटिभमा लास्ट एउटा पोइन्ट मिलाउनु पर्यो
अर्जेस वाला
यहाँ 5 नम्बर छुटेर कसले लेख्नु थियो
कुन चाहिँ वाला पोइन्ट भन्नु त
लास्टको भनेको होला तल
13 अझै तल छ खै
पछाडिको होला
13
त्यही
वाला त्यो मिलेकै छैन के भयो
यो
अरू
अर्जेस द
सबै
नेसन
हेरेर कुन चाहिँ छुट्यो एकचोटि हेरेर
ढुक्कै हामीले हिजो गरे encourages regular surveillance of international national guidelines on the use of encourages surveillance and its implementation by relevant agencies request the financially powerful nations by emphasizing the importance of the formulation and implementation of acts and plans.
यो 11 नम्बरको पोइन्ट छ नि अर्जेस द नेसन टु किप असाइड वाला
मिलेकै छैन है त्यो ऱ्यान्डम
यसमा यस्तो लेख्दा हुन्छ यो भन्नु र अर्जेस द नेसन टु किप असाइड द पोलिटिकल इस्युज एन्ड वर्क इफेक्टिभली विथ कोअपरेसन हो यो अगाडिको लाइन एकचोटि म मिलाउँछु ल
ओके
calls upon the nations to compulsory and effectively celebrate the one through the promise of
Delegates, your time is up. Are you done with the resolution?
No chair.
No chair. We are still working on it.
Is it possible to extend the time for moderated calls?
So, delegates, you have a break from 12 to 12:30. The motion then going, and you guys can. Is that fine?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so delegates, are there any points or motions on the floor? Raise your hands, delegate. Are there any points or motions on the floor? Yes, delegate of Vietnam.
The delegate of Vietnam would like to raise a motion to suspend the unmoderated caucus and shift to the break.
Thank you, delegate. The motion is in order. And by the discretion of the DAS, it passes. I hope you finish it in half an hour from now. I'll see you all at 12:30 and we'll move forward with the amendment session.
अब हाफ एन आवरमा ग्राउन्ड एडिट गरेर सकाइहालौँ।
एन्टी माइक्रोबियल स्टिवरसिप प्रोग्राम्सको बारेमा हामीले मेन्सन गर्यौँ।
त्यो हामीले मोडरेटेड ककसमा त त्यो एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट रहेछ। मैले अलिअलि हेरेको थिएँ कति धेरै।
अलिअलि त लाइक मेन्सन गरेको थियो भन्नाले त्यो पर्पसेसहरुमै
मोडरेटेड ककसमा भनेको थियो, मैले पनि भनेको थिएँ
मेन्सन गरेको थियो।
एन्टी माइक्रोबियल स्टिवरसिप प्रोग्राम फेरि CTC goes in. All member states are called upon to ensure equitable and affordable access to existing and newly qualified. यो चाहिँ के हो यो तलको पट्टिको चाहिँ लास्टको All member states are called upon to ensure equitable and affordable access to existing and new quality assured antimicrobials as well as alternatives, vaccines and diversity responsible and prudent use.
त्यो भ्याक्सिनेसन वाला दुईटा भइसक्यो कसले फेरि कपी पेस्ट गरेको के गरेको 7 नम्बरमा छ भ्याक्सिनेसनहरुको बारेमा।
Okay, हाम्रो एकछिन ल रिफरिङ वाला वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन पछि रिफरिङको प्रिएम्बुलेटरी कज रिफरिङ भयो हैन सबैजना माथिबाटै एकचोटि हेर्दै आउँ त लाइक इनिशियल लाइक referring to a global report on surveillance 2014 by WHO, antibiotic resistance is no longer a prediction for which quality assessment collaborating centers network was organized for the implementation of the global AMR surveillance. And reminding all the nations declaration of the high-level meeting of the UN General Assembly on antimicrobial resistance in September 2016 in New York through Resolution 70-183 by being with appreciation UN member states answers for the 68th UN member states answers 68th World Health Assembly's endorsement, which recognizes to combat AMR through National Action Plan and World Antimicrobial Organism Tripartite Executive Committee, World stressing on international use of.
यो सेकेन्ड छ नि यो रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेसन्स हो यसको के भयो त भनेर लेख्नुपर्छ होला नि त यसले केलाई फोकस गर्यो भनेर हैन जस्तै हामीले लेखेको छ नि जस्तै यो क्लास चाहिँ हो मैले भने बुझ्यो
नै बुझेन के भने रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेसन्स
यो रेफरिङ वाला छ नि यो WHO ले रेफर गरेर क्लास चाहिँ इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्छ त यो हाई लेभल UN जनरल असेम्ब्ली यो भएर चाहिँ के भयो त हैन र
यो पोलिटिकल डिक्लेरेसन गरेको नि त अल द नेसन्स पोलिटिकल डिक्लेरेसन लाइक एन्टिमाइक्रोबियल रेजिस्टेन्सलाई चाहिँ अब लाइक हुन्छ नि पोलिटिकली अब डिक्लेयर गरेर यो चाहिँ अब इनिसियलाइजेसन जस्तो भयो के यो छ यो WHO ले प्रब्लम्स उसले राखिसकेपछि पनि अब उसले चाहिँ रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेसन्स अन्त यो डिक्लेरेसन भइसकेपछि एउटा चाहिँ उस पनि भएको थियो
हो त्यो चाहिँ के हो भनेर चाहिँ लेखौँ भने
IACG छ नि जुन IACG इन्ट्रा एजेन्सी कोअर्डिनेसन ग्रुप त्यो त्यसको यसको रिजल्ट चाहिँ त्यो हो के
हो त्यो लेख्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्यो के गर्ने हो
यस्तो गर्नुभयो reminding all the nations on the political declaration of the high level meeting in the United General Assembly on antimicrobial resistance in 2016. In 2016 मात्रै गयो यो न्युयोर्क त लेख्नु पर्दैन होला है 2016 through resolution 70
रेकग्नाइज के भनेर लेख्नु मिल्छ रेकग्नाइज त्यस के रे तिमीले अघि भनेको आइसी समथिङ त्यो लेख्दा
कन्भेन्ट भनेको के कन्भेन्ट अरु के भन्छ कन्भेन्ट
स्ट्रेसिङ अन वाला चाहिँ काट्दै हुन्छ तल आइसकेछ डब्लुएचओ र ओआईले त्यही भन्छ नि यहाँ किन लेख्नु पर्छ त
कता कता गयो उसले एड गर्न लाग्यो जस्तो लाग्यो थियो रिमाइन्डिङ वाला पोइन्ट प्रियङ्का होइन प्रियङ्काले भन्दै थियो जस्तो लाग्यो एड गरिरह हो
एड गरेर एकछिन ल
ए ल ल पर्दो
यो वर्ड मैले कन्भेनमेन्ट यस्तो थियो लाइक यो जेनरल एसेम्ब्ली कन्भेन्ड आइएसिजी ग्रुप भनेर त्यसरी थियो कि होइन मैले फाइन गरेकोमा चाहिँ तर मैले कन्भेन त्यो ल्याङ्ग्वेज मिलाउनको लागि चाहिँ अब रिमाइन्डिङ अल द नेसन्स यो भयो थ्रु द रिजोल्युसन विथ द कन्भेनमेन्ट अफ आइएसिजी भनेर चाहिँ त्यो सेन्स चाहिँ आयो कि नै
एकछिन है कन्भेन एकैछिन ल
Inter-agency coordination group.
कन्भिनमेन्ट भन्नाले
कम टुगेदर जस्तो लागि हुन्छ नि एउटा रिजल्ट जस्तो
कन्भिनमेन्ट हुन्छ सेन्टेन्स
कन्भेन्ड बाई युएन भनेको थियो कि लाइक यसको जुन थियो नि
कन्भिन चाहिँ हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्यो कन्भिनमेन्ट सेन्टेन्स त खोइ थाहा भएन विथ द के लेख्ने त है
यसमा के अरे
फर्मुलेसन
लेख के अरे ब्राकेटमा लेख अनि लाइक मेन यसको के हो त्यो चाहिँ फर्स्टमा लेख एडिट गरिदिउँ
यसमा विथ द फर्मुलेसन लेख्दा कस्तो हुन्छ
त्यही गर्नु पर्दैन अब
फर्मुलेसन अफ आइएसिजी
द फर्मुलेसन अफ resulting in the formulation लेखौँ है
हुन्छ
नि त resulting formulation and establishment
इस्टाब्लिसमेन्ट हुन्छ
र भएन
त्यसपछि
Viewing with appreciation, UN member appreciation, viewing with appreciation, UN member states. Remaining organization. यहाँ एउटा के उस छुटे जस्तो लाग्यो. Viewing with appreciation to UN member states.
अफ हुन्छ होला.
यतिकै साह्रो नआयो. Viewing with appreciation, state answers. यो कसले लेखेको यो कसले लेखेको कहिले उस गर्देऊ न यो के अरे यसको लाइक viewing with appreciation UN member state answers for the call of भन्नाले चाहिँ अब यसमा चिजहरू चाहिँ टुगेदर आएर वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्लीमा चाहिँ सँगै आएर चाहिँ रिकग्नाइजेसन अफ एएमआर गरे हो.
हो त्यही हो. वर्ल्ड हेल्थ एसेम्ब्लीले चाहिँ होइन युएन मेम्बर स्टेट्सहरूलाई चाहिँ जस यो नेसनल एक्सन प्लान फर्मुलेट गर भनेर भनेको थियो कि अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ युएन मेम्बर स्टेटहरूले चाहिँ त्यसलाई हुन्छ नि त्यसको कललाई चाहिँ आन्सर गरेको भन्नु खोजेँ कि.
Answer answers answer dates answer for the call of 68th World Health Assembly. Call of 68th World Health Assembly's endorsement which recognizes investment, which recognizes to combat metro national action plan committee and the organization patriot by the executive committee. Committee, World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture, Organization FON. You're stressing on.
यो कार्ड दिँदा हुन्छ के स्ट्रेसिङ गर्नुवाला काम छैन. तल त्यही कुरा भइरहेको यसको केही उ पनि
यो पुरा
आएन.
धेरै ठाउँमा कभर भइसक्यो. यो सब हटाइदिउँ.
Stressing on हटाइदिनु.
अनि यो गाइडेड बाई कसले लेखेको हो यो वाला पोइन्ट? गाइडेड बाई क्लज एउटा चेन्ज गर्नुपर्छ, अरू केही राख्नुपर्छ जस्तो छ.
गाइडेड बाई नै हुन्छ किनभने उनीहरूको एसिस्टेन्समा गरे हो नि त.
That enables कस्तो यो सेन्टेन्स enables countries that to the enables countries and sectors to identify and make that to the त यसमा countries and sectors to identify and make step by step taking into consideration
पाथवेको पछि दैट त आउँछ. कुन पाथवे भनेर बाटो देखाएको अनि कुन बाटो देखाएको भनेर भनेको दैट भने.
Guided by a view on progressive management pathway.
Operative को 11 नम्बर एकचोटि हेरौँ न.
ठिकै छ ल भएन सक्यो होइन हाम्रो टेकिङ इन्टु कन्सिडरेसन वाला सेन्टेन्स नै ठिकै छ है. टेकिङ इन्टु कन्सिडरेसन द्याट फेरि लेख्या priority pathogens having considered in the development of the medication developed
यहाँ 2020 को सट्टा 2017 प्याथोजन जस्तै 2017 मै निकालेको रहेछ.
अघि कसले फेरि एडिट गरेको थियो?
मैले गरेको थिएँ. एउटा आर्टिकल थियो कि यस्तो तर प्याथोजन जस्तै छैन त्यसमा.
And having considered the development of the pathogens list,
नमिलेको भएछ.
right to research. होइन त्यो अघिकै ठिक having considered होइन पहिला सुरु के लेख्नुपर्छ having considered खास हैन having considered there is no new development of antibiotics for the past 30 years and World Health Organization developed a priority pathogen list priority passages in this as a guide to research and development of new त्यसरी हुन्छ होला as a guide.
सही हो त्यस्तै लेख्नुपर्छ.
Having considered there is no new development.
यो operative clausesहरु कसैले हेर्यो एक राउन्ड पछि
मैले लास्टको हेरेँ लास्टको 2-3 वटा के छ नि त्यहाँ
लास्टतिर कसले एड गरिरहेको
खै कसले एड गरिरहेको के
एक्चुअली यो
लास्टतिर लाइक र्यान्डमली एड गरिरहेको कसले
के पोस्टर
लास्टको यो प्रोभिजन अफ पोस्टर्सहरु के हो
यो नराखौ यार
कसले राखेको नै थाहा छैन मलाई एनोनिमस ड्राई गर्न
IEC राहन इन्फर्मेसन एजुकेसन एन्ड कम्युनिकेसन वाला राहन
सोशल जस्तो हुन्छ
के हो यो आमामामा तल तल
अब हेर त यो having considered there is no
there's not any development
there is no new development of antibiotic
माथिको पोइन्ट हेरेर लेख्नु है तल लाइक रिपिट भइरहेछ कि तल लेखेको जति कसले लेखेको
मैले
ब्याजर
अलिक र्यान्डम भयो
over the past 30 years developed
improvement in laboratories থাকে त्यसकै माथि छ
to guide to research and development and new vaccines by
हामीले बनाएको वर्किङ पेपरको पोइन्टहरु चेक गर्दै लेखौँ भन्नाले हेर्नु है यहाँ छुटेको छ कि छैन भनेर
भयो अब 12 मिनेट्स मात्र बाँकी छ
local surveillance भयो guiding regarding chemical composition भयो financial assistance भयो encourage major organizations
को बारेमा को बोलेको छ भने हैन
description on periodic monitoring revising the family components that contributes control of antimicrobial use in the betterment of the food production and national training workshops strongly encourages
हाम्रो के यो प्रब्लममा उसको कुरा आयो यो मैले वर्किङ पेपर हेरेर भनिरहेछु ल त्यो प्रब्लममा हामीले इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड अफ इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड अफ एनिमल एन्ड एनिमल प्रोडक्ट स्प्रेडिङ रेजिस्टेन्ट वर्ल्ड वाइड वाला कुरा आछ कतै यता यो रिजोल्युसनमा
एफओ र ओआई मा
भइसक्यो है
एकछिन रोकौँ एकछिन साइलेन्स हुनु एकछिन दिमाग काम गरेन यो लास्ट यो 13-14 पछिको यो के हो यो वान हेल्थ अप्रोच प्राइभेट सेक्टर अन्डरटेकन के हो यो
थाहा छैन कसले राखेको
हटाइदिने होला खै के हो
यो वान हेल्थ अप्रोचको कुरा आयो है माथि
आयो वान हेल्थ अप्रोच
हेरौँ
आयो जस्तै मान्दैन म त
त्यो 68 वर्ल्ड हेल्थ असेम्ब्ली थियो नि त्यसमा नै हो वान हेल्थ अप्रोच वाला नेशनल एक्सन प्लान
Look, because the financially powerful banana requests the major organizations, major organizations and stakeholders. Request the financially powerful nation banana major organizations.
high income countries like दिने टर्म छैन पनि मलाई त्यस्तो टर्म
के भनेको
लो एन्ड मिडल इन्कम कन्ट्रीज भने जस्तै लाइक
to provide financial assistance to fill the gap provide financial assistance to fill critical gaps in economic problems through partnerships. Critical gaps.
And I know.
Critical economic gap.
Wait, यो point कसले add गरेको? Taking into consideration त्यो OIE को point के भनेको यो? Consideration World Health for Animal Health, National Focal Point Training on partners. By OIE चाहिँ होला.
Taking into consideration national focal point.
Becomes periodic monitoring and evaluation. Periodic monitoring and evaluation. Evaluation with
Actually,
You recommend periodic monitoring and evaluation with possibilities of transparent feedback loops भन्नाले के को लागि हो?
microbial uses अनि international surveillance and national guidelines on the use of
आइसक्यो
भनेर आइसकेको छ नि त यसलाई फेरि के गर्ने भने periodic monitoring evaluation
वर्किङ पेपरमा 2टा पोइन्ट छ त्यो अनुसार लेखेको त्यो हटाइदिँदैन
हटाइदिउँ
अब टाइम नै छैन है जम्मा 7 minutes to go.
अब धेरै एड नगरौँ यो जे छ त्यसलाई लाइक
यो लास्टको के हो यो हटाइदिँदा हुन्छ मैले हटाइदिएँ ल
ल्याइदिएन अब
लास्टतिरको पोइन्ट्स त अगाडि नै लेखिसकेको छ
यो गर न यहाँ believes for the betterment believes के भन्छ believes
Further invites
कन्डेम्स लेख्दा हुन्छ होला त्यसमा लेख्नु लाग्यो endorses endorse भन्दा पनि endorses अलि मिलेर
strongly encourages countries to protest
endorse गर्ने भनेको सपोर्ट गर्ने
aid at national sources for the interagency diplomatic collaboration among member states of the United Nations. Elevating innovation stresses on the need for the improvement of laboratories resources.
त्यो बायलैटरल एक्सन वाला नि माथि त्यो के रे डिप्लोमेटिक कोलाबोरेसनहरुमै आउँछ होला
त्यही
endorses भन्दा पनि यो अर्कै वर्ड राखौँ न यहाँ युके अलि मिलेन endorses त
त्यही भन्न खोजे endorses भन्दा अलि अर्कै राख्ने हो कि भनेको
endorses र further invites endorses र strong point number 9 छ नि point number 9 को strongly encourages country to work on the strengthen food sector by working collaboration WHO FAO IOE भनेको त
endorses for the
one health approach भनेको हामी WHO सँग मिलेर गर्ने हो नि त हैन food system food security र food chain system like एउटै भयो नि त यो
एउटै भयो फुड सेक्युरिटी माथि नै आइसकेको छ
हुन्छ हेर त एक्चुअली 12 नम्बरमा फर प्रोक्लेम्स राख्थे
अनि यो पोइन्ट एउटै गराउनु मिल्छ होला के strongly encourages 9 को र 12 को के betterment of the entire food chain system with the scheme of multi-sector
ठीक छ त्यो फुड सेक्युरिटीको कुरा आयो नि त ए हुन त फुड चेन भनेको त फुड मात्र भएन नि त अब एनिमल्स इन्भाइरोमेन्ट ह्युमन सबै कुरा आयो नि त फुड
सेक्युरिटीदेखि सबै प्रोडक्ट
ल हुन्छ ल लास्टको
मात्र गरौँ है सबै पुग्यो होला माथिदेखि अब एकचोटि
ट्रेनिङ्स वाला क्वेसन कुरा आएन के encourages on the trainings यो
वर्किङ पेपरमा हेर्छु ल अनि म भन्छु चेक गर ल यता केही छुटेको छ कि
trainings and workshops must be provided to farmers and agricultural workers for the proper use of pesticides.
यो माथिको के गर्ने हो रिजोल्युसनको WHO के गर्ने हो यो कति लेख्नु धेरै पो भन्छ त एमेन्डमेन्ट्स त
ओके ट्रेनिङ्सको कुरा लेखौँ त लास्ट एउटा पोइन्ट मिलाउँ त
ल लास्ट
ट्रेनिङ
एउटा ल छिटो छिटो है टाइम छैन एकचोटिमा
होइन एमेन्डमेन्ट्स भनेको अहिले तिमीले रिजोल्युसन प्रेजेन्ट गरिसकेपछि अनि अरूले अमेन्ड गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अनि सबैसँग भोटिङ गर्दै जाँदाखेरि
So request trainings key draws attention. Key
ड्रज
request.
अटेन्सन हुन्छ
Request लेखौँ request.
अटेन्सन फर
ड्रज अटेन्सन नै हुन्छ
ड्रज अटेन्सन फर द निड अफ नभए के हो द निड अफ
Training.
ट्रेनिङ एन्ड वर्कसप छैन
Training and workshops through IEC like information, education and communication.
full form
IEC. Information, education, IEC, information, education and communication.
यो एमएस को बारेमा नि लेखेको छैन जस्तो लागिरहेछ मलाई
लेखेको छैन तर त्यो चाहिँ अब उसमै पर्छ तर त्यस्तै लाग्छ मलाई त्यो लाइक हुन्छ नि डिपेन्ड हुन्छ
ट्रेनिङ एन्ड वर्कसप्स थ्रु आइएसी अमङ को त
to farmers and agricultural workers. To farmers.
In an interprofessional manner
Agricultural workers. On proper use of antibiotics.
So pesticide antibiotics.
भयो है त यो एकचोटि लास्ट टाइम यो पोइन्टहरु त यो टेकिङ इन्टु कन्सिडरेसन यो कति लेखेको हो यो अलिक कन्फ्युजन भयो है म वर्ल्ड अर्गनाइजेसन फर एनिमल हेल्थ
Taking into consideration national focal point training sessions on veterinary products by board consideration
त्यो मैले पनि बुझेन के हो
of national focal point. Taking into consideration
You was delivered to your sub the answer.
भएन त अनि हैन
That focus on
taking into consideration national focal point.
भेटरिनरी प्रोडक्ट्सहरुकोमा चाहिँ ट्रेनिङ दिन पर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ कन्सिडर गरेको भनेर भनेको होला नि कस्तो लेख्नुको
Consideration national focal point training sessions on
भेटरिनरीमा चाहिँ के ट्रेनिङ दिने होला
focused on focusing on
फोकसेस अन भन्नु दैट फोकस्डै होला नि उतिखेर
by भन्छ नि त Taking into consideration national focus time भयो त but national focal point training sessions on veterinary products by organization
why that has focus
focusing on होला नि के हो by focus
जे भए पनि लेख हैन अब फाइनलाइज गरौँ है यो अब धेरै
के रे एकचोटि है एउटा क्वेसन कसैलाई थाहा छ के रे पेज मार्जिन कता हो यता मलाई गुगल डक्समा थाहा नै भएन के यो धेरै जसोलाई एकचोटि पेज मार्जिन कताबाट जाने थाहा छ कसैलाई
पेज मार्जिन भन्नाले के भयो
भयो छोड्दियो यता मम्मीले
तिम्रो के नि तलपट्टिको पोइन्ट्स लेख्दाखेरि
कतिसम्म मिलाउनु पर्ने उ यही छ
यो वाला
1 2 3 4 स्केल
हैन त्यो
भन
सेन्ट्रली अलाइन गरेर न माथिबाट
अनलाइन नै भएन
यो जस्टिफाई नै छ यो सबै जस्टिफाई गरिसक्यो अब सायद के पनि छैन होला यहाँ गर्नुपर्ने यो के हो यो टपिक पछि यो जस्टिफाई हुँदैन नि यता होला नि
भएन के भयो
यो सबैलाई जस्टिफाई गर्ने हो यसरी चाहिँ हो
यहाँ 1 3 आएन सेकेन्डमा सेकेन्ड
यो
पेजमा
यो के अरे यो टपिक पछि तल वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन लेख्नुपर्छ हो
खै छैन
एजेन्डा पछि तल
पेज मार्जिन कसले मिलाइरहेको छ
कस्तो मिलेन यो त
मैले
एकचोटि मिलाऊ ल
तलको र माथिको एउटै पार न
किन दिँदैन एन रिजोल्युसन्स विथ द पिरियड अनि चाहिँ फुल स्टप दिने लास्टकोमा अनि अब दिए डेलिगेट्स भन्दै आउनुहुन्छ
एक्चुली यो हेर न यो के अरे एजेन्डा तल यो लेख्ने हो मैले सोधेको मलाई थाहा भएन
पर्दैन के नि अब फुल स्टप लेख्ने लास्टको 12 पोइन्ट
होइन
नम्बर
माथि के माथि टपिक लेखेको छ नि एजेन्डा
वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन दुईचोटि भयो क्या माथि पनि तल भनेको
मैले त्यही भनेको क्या
दुईचोटि नै लेख्छ के अरे त्यो रिजोल्युसन जुन थियो नि त्यसमा हामीले हेरेको थियो अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ पहिला सुरु माथिमा चाहिँ बोल्ड गरेर लेख्छ होइन स्पोन्सर्सहरू सबै नर्मलमै छ
ए
सिग्नेटरिज पनि नर्मलमै छ टपिक पनि नर्मलमै छ अनि त्यसपछि बल्ल यो स्पेस यहाँ छैन अनि यो टपिक
कमा
अन्डर टपिकमा चाहिँ
तलको यो 10 नम्बरहरूको यो कसले मिलाइरहेको 10 11 12 13
मैले हो
ए
कस्तो मिल्दैन कि अरू चाहिँ
होइन त्यसलाई एकचोटि म गर्छु ल
भयो अरू
ला के भयो कन्ट्रोल जेड गर न
बुलेट्समा नि ठिकै होला नि नम्बर दिनुपर्छ र
पुरै बुलेट्स भयो
एकचोटि
उल्लु गर न एकचोटि
गरौँ न पहिला के ठिक थियो
कसले गरेको
खै
ठिक छ यो
अब तलकोमा मात्रै राख होइन बुलेट्सहरू माथिको यतिकै छोडिदिउँ यसमा नम्बरिङ गरौँ माथि चाहिँ बुलेट्स राखिदिउँ ल
माथि नि पर्दैन माथि केही छैन माथि
पर्दैन
त्यो उहाँहरूले त्यो रिजोल्युसनको हामीलाई जुन स्याम्पल दिनुहुन्छ नि त्योमा चाहिँ छैन कि
त्यसमा चाहिँ छैन
गरिसकेँ मैले ल ठिक छ
अनि उयसमा पनि छैन म्यामले दिनुभएको लिङ्कमा पनि छैन बुलेट्स
माथिको यतिकै ठिक छ
एकचोटि सर पढेर सुनाउनु त सबै एकचोटि
म पढ्छु होइन हाम्रो होइन प्रेजेन्ट गर्ने कसले गर्ने अहिले फेरि क्वेसन सोद्धाखेरि फेरि एन्सर भन्नुपर्छ
स्पोन्सर्स
अनि यहाँ बिचमा स्पेस छैन कसले राखेको स्पेस स्पोन्सर्स र सिग्नेटरिजको बिचमा होइन उसमा चाहिँ छैन कि त्यो बोल्ड गराएको छैन कि
केही नै गरे छैन कि
बोल्ड मैले अनबोल्ड वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन चाहिँ गराएको छ लाइक हुन्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ गरेको छ तर यो स्पोन्सर सिग्नेचरिजहरू चाहिँ छैन अनि यो टपिक भन्छ एजेन्डा
पढेर सुना
यसलाई यो क्या यो 1 नम्बरलाई तल राख्नु न है पेज ब्रेक भयो कि राम्रो देखिँदैन
अपरेटिभलाई सबलाई तल राख्ने हो अनि एउटा कुरा एकैछिन यो वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन दुईचोटि थियो र केमा हेरेको
रे उनीहरूले भनेको रेजोल्युसनको
सेकेन्डमा थियो कि लाइक थियो
एकचोटि सरर पढ त कोही छिटो टाइम छैन आइहाल्नु
Referring to a global report on surveillance 2014 by WHO, antibiotic resistance is no longer a prediction, for which Quality Assessment Collaborating Centers Network was organized for the implementation of global AMR surveillance system class. Reminding all the nations in the political declaration of the high-level meeting of the UN of the United Nations General Assembly on antimicrobial resistance in 2016 through resolution 7000.
युनाइटेड नेसन्स लेख्न पर्छ कि नै
युनाइटेड नेसन्स यो राखौँ युएन लेख्दा नि हुन्छ जे गर्दा नि हुन्छ
युनाइटेड नेसन्स जेनरल
युनाइटेड नेसन्स राखौँ अनि ब्र्याकेटमा युएन राखौँ
प्रियङ्का पढ्दै जाऊ
एकजनाले पढ्दै जानु न
पढ्दै जाऊ कि तिमी अरूले गरिहाल्नु
All edit गर ल viewing on the appreciation UN member states answers the call of forums answers the call of 68th World Health
कल अफै हुन्छ होला
For the call of
कल अफ नै हो
call of 68th World Health Assembly's endorsement, which recognizes to combat AMR through National Action Plans and World Antimicrobial Awareness Week (WAAW) by Tripartite Executive Committee, World Health Organization, Food Agriculture Organization, and World Organization for Animal Health. Having considered there is no new development of antibiotics for about the past 30 years, in 2017, World Health Organization developed the priority pathogen list. यसलाई के उसमा राख्दा हुन्छ प्रायोरिटी प्याथोजेन लिस्ट भनेर चाहिँ यसलाई इन्भर्टेडमा राख्ने
त्यो गर्ने
as a guide as a guide to research and development on new antimicrobials diagnostics and vaccines, guided by FAO on progressive management pathway that enables countries and sectors to identify and make step-by-step improvements for the optimal use of antimicrobials. For optimal use, rational use राखौँ.
अप्टिमलै ठिक छ
Optimal भनेको त
माथि पनि
अप्टिमल भनेको एकदम नेसेसरी युजमा त गर्नु
taking into consideration national focal point training sessions on veterinary products by World Organization for Animal Health that focused on taking into consideration national focal point.
मिल्छ अब मिले पनि मिलाउनु
taking into consideration of national focal point training
on products by WHO that focus on
taking into consideration on Mila and the quality of veterinary drugs that focus on antimicrobials quality of veterinary drugs including
हुँदैन होला
taking into consideration
taking into consideration द लेख्दै भयो
नै हुन्छ
consideration on national focal point training sessions एउटा सेसन जस्तो भएन नि त त्यो लभ उसमा encourage the surveillance of international and national guidelines on the use of antimicrobials by WHO and its implementation by relevant agencies at various levels. Request the major organizations, member states, and the World Bank to provide financial assistance to fill critical economic gaps through partnership diplomacy. In combating AMR, emphasizes on the importance of formulation and implementation of national action plans to unify efforts of the government agencies, calls upon the nations to compulsorily and effectively celebrate the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week through programs at community levels in order to aware local people and communities on better use of antimicrobials, draw attention towards the need for developing guidelines regarding chemical composition of sanitizers should be alcohol-based and triclosan-free through the WHO to prevent the haphazard use. Through the WHO, developing through by WHO हुन्छ एकचोटि हेर्नु ल 5.5 हेर्नु ल
was the need for developing guidelines regarding chemical composition.
Further reminds the importance of proper accessibility of vaccination and immunization for both animals and humans. Humans and animals strongly recommends education on basic infection prevention control principles, including hand hygiene through water sanitation and hygiene projects via even NGOs and INGOs. Further invites the first world nations and the World Bank to incentivize the pharmaceutical companies that contribute to the production of new antibiotics. हामीले अघि माथि के न्यू एन्टिबायोटिक्सहरु चाहिँ बनाउन सकेको छैन भने थियो मैले फेरि यहाँ चाहिँ टु कन्ट्रिब्युट टु द प्रोडक्सन अफ न्यू एन्टिबायोटिक्स भन्दाखेरि जति मिल्छ कि मिल्दैन एकचोटि त्यो मलाई भन्नु ल
एउटा प्रोग्राम के त्यो मैले रिसर्च गर्दाखेरि भेटाएको चाहिँ त्यो इन्सेन्टिभ्स दिने भनेर गरेपछि चाहिँ लाइक 2022 सम्म लाइक नयाँ एन्टिबायोटिक आउन सक्ने चान्स छ भनेर त्यस्तै न्युजले इन्करेजमेन्ट हुन्छ नि त नयाँ प्रड्युस गर्नको लागि इनोभेट
इन्करेज भनौँ इन्भाइट
इन्भाइट्स नै हुन्छ होला इन्भाइट्स फर्दर इन्भाइट्स नै हुन्छ
invite.
strongly encourages countries to work to strengthen food security by working strengthening to work in strengthening food security by working in collaboration with WHO, FAO, and relevant financial aid programs at national levels. Urges for the inter-agencies diplomatic collaboration among member states.
दुईदेखि चारवटा राख्नु भन्नुभएको थियो नि के गर्ने जम्मा 3जना मात्रै छौँ
दुईदेखि चारवटा होइन 3जना मात्रै भन्नुभएको तिमीहरूको 3जनादेखि 2देखि 4वटा छ होला वर्किङ पेपरमा त्यसरी नलेख्नु एटलिस्ट 3जना मात्रै अलाउड हुन्छ भन्नुभयो stresses on the need for the laboratories resources for the surveillance of the situation in animals and in the field of agriculture for the programs for the need of betterment for the programs for the need for betterment of entire food chain system with a scheme of multi-national for the programs for the need
for the betterment of
for the emphasizes the need for the emphasizes draws attention for the need of training and trainings and workshops through IEC approach to farmers and agricultural workers to relevant organizations at local and international levels. ठिक छ ल
यसरी 9 नम्बरको पोइन्ट हेर न यो एन्ड पछि छ नि रेलेभेन्ट फाइनान्शियल एड प्रोग्राम्स एट नेसनल लेभल भनेर यो एन्ड भन्दा अगाडिको सेन्टेन्स र यो अलिकति उ भएन जस्तो लाग्यो के हो यो के हो रेलेभेन्ट फाइनान्शियल एड प्रोग्राम्स
food security
स्ट्रेन्थन गर्न चाहिँ WHO, FAO अनि नेसनल लेभलको फाइनान्शियल एड प्रोग्रामहरू त्यो भन्दा एनजिओ
त्यही हो WHO, FAO and programs at national levels.
The working resolution paper.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so one of you can raise a motion to present the working paper. One of the sponsors, please email me the working paper so that I can look at it on my screen as well. So meanwhile, one of the sponsors is mailing it to me. One of you can raise a motion to start a session on a presentation of draft resolution. So delegates, are there any points or motions on the floor? Delegates, are there any points or motions on the floor? One of you have to raise a motion to present the draft resolution. Yes, delegate of Nigeria.
The delegates of Federal Republic of Nigeria would like to raise a motion to present the working paper.
Working paper?
Resolution
yes.
paper, sorry.
Thank you. The motion is now in order. Sponsors, please share the screen and start presenting your resolution, draft resolution. So delegate, the name of the resolution should not only be resolution, it should be draft resolution. So please add the word draft in front of the resolution because once it's passed, then only you can make it a resolution. It's still a draft, so you can add the word draft in front of the word resolution up there. Once you are done with that, you can start presenting the working paper turn by turn.
regular surveillance of international and national guidelines on the use of antimicrobials by WHO, World Health Organization, and its implementation by relevant agencies at various levels, request the major organizations, member states, and the World Bank to provide financial assistance to fill critical economic gaps through partnership diplomacy, emphasizes on the importance of formulation and implementation of national action plans to unify efforts of governmental agencies, calls upon the nations to compulsorily and effectively celebrate the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week WAAW through programs at community levels in order to aware local people and communities on better use of antimicrobials, draws attention towards the need for developing guidelines regarding chemical composition of sanitizer that should be alcohol based and triclosan free to prevent the hazard use, further reminds the nation the importance of proper accessibility of vaccination and immunization for both animals and humans, strongly recommends education on basic infection prevention control principles, including hand hygiene through WASH, water sanitation and hygiene projects via relevant NGOs, national governmental organization, and INGOs, international government organization, further invites the first world nations and the World Bank to incentivize the pharmaceutical companies that contribute to production of newer antibiotics which help to combat the prevalent resistant microbes. Moving forward, strongly encourages countries to work in strengthening food security by working in collaboration with WHO, World Health Organization, FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, and relevant financial aided programs at national levels, urges for an interagencies diplomatic collaboration among member states of the United Nations for effective intervention in antimicrobial stewardship AMS programs, stresses on the need for the improvement of the laboratories resources for the surveillance of the situation of AMR in humans, animals, and in the field of agriculture, further emphasizes the need for betterment of the entire chain system with a scheme of multi-sectoral One Health approach, and finally draws attention for the need of conduction of training and workshop through IEC, information, education, and communication approach to farmers and agriculture workers through relevant organization at local, national, and international level. Thank you so much. This is it, the resolution.
Okay, thank you. So has the resolution been emailed to me?
Yeah, I'll email. I'll send it to the IVSA, the major email
I
of
had
I.
already done it.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
so co-chair, are you there with us?
Yes, Chair.
While I look at the resolution myself, do you have any comments that you'd want to give or any corrections? The floor is all yours.
So, Chair, I have been looking into the resolution detailedly. So, if you are doing that, then I may proceed towards continuing the session.
Okay, ma'am, sure. Delegates, please email it to the vice chair as well, so that we both can look at it. So for that, we would at least need about 5 minutes. So give us a few minutes to look at it, okay?
Yes,
So,
sure.
in between, do we have any amendments from the signatories? If yes, then I request to do so I feel like that's where then we may proceed. So
Delegate Suvha, would you mind taking this to the operative clauses?
There was a technical error. I could not hear you. Co-chair.
Yes, so director, meanwhile, can you or the moderator take the quorum or the roll call of this committee? Delegates do not leave the committee session because this is an important part of the MUN. So, moderator, director, the floor is yours to take the roll call.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Republic of Korea.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Kingdom of Sweden.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Russian Federation.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the United Kingdom.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the United States of America.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Thailand. Of Thailand. Delegate of the Republic of Delegate of the Republic of Fiji.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Republic of Philippines.
Present and voting.
Delegate of the Republic of Nepal.
Present and voting.
Delegate of Africa.
Present and voting.
Okay, thank you. So we have 11 delegates present. So the minimum number of votes required would be 6.
I'm sorry, director, couldn't catch you. Could you mention it in the chat box, the quorum of the committee? Okay, delegates, it has been reviewed. So who is sharing the screen, you can move towards straight away to the operative clauses.
So, should I start with the review process?
Yes, ma'am, didn't catch you.
So, may I start reviewing the resolution as I have already come up with a question for the delegates?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, first thing is moving towards operative clause number 1. The question would like to know what relevant agencies is the World Health Organization or something else. So, answers? Am I audible?
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
your voice.
So the relevant agencies refers to the regional office of WHO in clause number 1.
Yeah, sorry, what do you mean?
So as it has been mentioned, its implementation by relevant agencies at various levels. So relevant agencies means the regional office of WHO.
Yes, co-chair.
Thank you very much, delegate. Delegates, am I audible?
Yes.
So could you please elaborate clause number 7? Clause number 6, I'm sorry, clause number 6.
So I think it's further reminds the importance of proper accessibility of vaccination and immunization for both animals. I think the uh, reminds the United Nations members. I think it means to say.
So
Can I amend?
decided So the nations, the importance of proper accessibility of vaccination and immunization for both humans and as well as all the animals.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Chair, you may proceed ahead.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So, delegates, are there any amendments you'd want to make from clause number 1 to clause number 13? You may raise your hand. So, I hope you know what amendments are. If yes, then you may type yes in the chat box. If you don't know what amendments are, then you may type no in the uh, chat box. So the resolution is being presented by the Kingdom of Sweden, I believe.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay. So Republic of Paklihawa said yes. So if you know what amendments are, you may say yes. If you don't know what amendments are, so Vietnam has said yes. Keep giving your stances, otherwise I'll have to repeat it again. Okay, thank you everyone. So I believe everyone knows what amendments are. So I'll ask you one more time, are there any amendments to the entire resolution? We would go clause by clause, but we do not have time. So that's why we'll not go clause by clause. So instead, I'm just asking if anyone has any amendments to the particular resolution. Delegates, you have 10 marks allocated for your resolution amendment. If none of you raise an amendment, it will be beneficial for the sponsors because automatically they'll be getting 10 marks, and rest of the signatories, you will lose your 10 marks because you have not raised an amendment. So if you have any amendments you would want to make in the resolution, now is your chance. You may, like, I'll give you a few minutes to read the resolution. So who is sharing the screen? Can you go to point number 1? And yes. So yes, so everyone else, uh, so everyone else, you may just look at it. If you have any amendments to be making, or if you want to change anything, just raise your hand. Right, so it's 1:09 p.m. I'll wait till 1:12 p.m. for 3 minutes. If you have any amendments, raise your hand. You've got 2 more minutes to decide if you want to raise any amendments.
delegate of Vietnam?
The delegate of Vietnam would like to rephrase the clause number 10.
Okay, so how would you like to rephrase clause number 10?
There is urges for interagencies diplomatic collaboration among member states. If possible, we could add some other countries so that the backwardness of other countries won't let them be deprived of the opportunities for the proper interventions through antimicrobial stewardship programs. Am I audible?
Could you please repeat it again? Your audio was breaking.
So in class number 10, there is that urges of interagencies diplomatic collaboration among member states. If possible, we could add other countries so that for other countries won't be
Okay, so
deprived.
would you mind typing on your rephrased clause in the chat section so that every delegates could see that?
And Delegate of Vietnam, what kind of an amendment is it? Is it a deletion, addition, or change?
It is addition.
Okay, so you mean besides the member states, you would want other countries as well?
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, almost there are around 193 members in the United Nations. What other member states are you talking about exclusively?
Exclusively in the places like Sudan and other places which has not entered into the city because it will be impacting over all the globe. So I don't want missed opportunities. So they should
Okay,
not.
thank you. Yes, so you may type in your amendment. So, sponsors, is this a friendly amendment or an unfriendly amendment? Yeah, sponsors, is this a friendly amendment or an unfriendly amendment? Sweden, any one of the sponsors?
Yes. I think I agree with Vietnam, so I am ready to amend. If that,
Okay, so it's a friendly amendment.
yes, I'd like to
Okay.
ask other sponsors if they agree to this.
I definitely agreed.
Thank
Yes,
you. Yes,
it's
Delegate of
agree.
South Africa.
Delegate of South Africa would like to make an amendment, addition amendment,
In clause number.
reference to clause uh, third clause.
Okay, what is the amendment that you want to make?
It has been stated that WHO 68th, according to 68th World Health Assembly endorsement, National Action Plan and World Antimicrobial Awareness Week, but Antimicrobial Awareness Week has not been mentioned. I mean, every countries in the world are not aware of this. So, just can I make
Okay,
an
so
amendment to this?
you want to add another clause mentioning about that?
Yes.
So type in your clause in the chat box. So sponsors, is this a friendly amendment or an unfriendly amendment?
South Africa, could you please repeat what you would like to amend?
In reference to preambulatory clause number 3, mm, Antimicrobial Awareness Week, uh, according to World Health, like National Action Plan and World Awareness Antimicrobial Week.
So how
I
about
would
South Africa? You may phrase it in one sentence so that everyone is clear about what you mean, and then the
yeah,
sponsors
I
can
will
decide if it's friendly or unfriendly. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Point
Okay.
of
So next,
parliamentary inquiry, Chair.
yes, delegate of Philippines.
Are we supposed to place our amendment in preambulatory clause?
No, in operative clauses.
Yeah. So delegate from South Africa have pointed her amendment in preambulatory clause, I guess.
Delegate
Not.
of South Africa means in reference to that point, Delegate of South Africa would like to amend operative clause.
Okay, so to South Africa, if you want to amend the operative clause, you have to first give the sentence so that we are clear of what you mean. Okay, so quickly write in what you mean. Vietnam also, please text. So we got one Vietnam's. So sponsors, please include it in the, it's in the chat box. So include it in your resolution. We have one more amendment from United Kingdom.
The delegate of United Kingdom would like to make an amendment by number 6.
Okay, so what is your amendment?
Further reminds the member states instead of nations the importance of proper accessibility of vaccine and immunization for both animals and humans through regular vaccination and immunization programs at community level.
Okay, um, so you have um, so sponsors. Is this a friendly amendment or an unfriendly amendment?
Proper accessibility means regular vaccination and immunization, and member states, along with member states, this provision should be provided to every nations. I think so. UK, can you delegate of UK? So can you just rephrase what you actually want to amend?
Sorry, what were the sponsors talking about? Wasn't clear.
I would like to request the delegate of UK to rephrase what the delegate wants to amend.
Uh, okay, sure. The delegate of UK, you may type in your amendment in the chat box like Vietnam did, so that we can see it and then put an amendment. Is that fine?
Sure.
Yes. So do it quickly, please. Okay, so South Africa and UK, we are still waiting for your amendment. Delegates, did you put in the amendment made by Vietnam?
Yeah, I think
Sponsor?
yes. I
Yeah.
can I just correct that, amend that?
Yes, so once you amend and add the thing mentioned by Vietnam, you have to highlight it with yellow color, okay, so that we know that it is in amended portion.
Yes, sure.
So we have just received the amendment of UK as well. So sponsors, is it a friendly or an unfriendly amendment?
Yes, this is the friendly amendment. I would like to ask the other sponsors if they agree with this.
Okay, so if it is a friendly amendment, you can add it and then highlight it. Delegate of South Africa, we are yet to receive your amendment. Please be quick. Delegate of South Africa, are you there with us? So is Ashima Gautam South Africa?
Yes, it is a friendly
Yes,
amendment.
I'm sorry. I was having an unstable internet connection. Sorry for the
Okay,
delay.
Are
so
other
is it,
sponsors agree with it?
Western Federation also agrees with it.
Yes.
okay, so are the amendments done? Sponsors, I hope the resolution is now ready. You can email me the end draft once your resolution passes. So are there any more amendments, delegates? If not, we'll move
Chair.
to, yes,
So may I have a question to the delegates?
yes, sure.
So may I have one of the sponsors, please?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, could we please go to clause number 13? So what I believe is, have you included animal health in this agricultural workers while conducting this information, education, and communication approach?
I think it comes under one health approach. So, animal health, human health, and environment. So, I think we have included it on one health approach.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much, Delegate of Sweden. The moderator, the floor is all yours.
Delegate, can I have a sponsor, please?
Yeah, sure.
Um, I had an issue with clause number 5. How does regulating chemicals affect usage? I believe this has very little to do with how we use them rather than the effect that they have on us. So instead of haphazard usage, if you highlight the fact that they have an harmful effect on the person who is using it, then that would be better.
Sure. Because I We've been using sanitizer more than what so, if the harmful additive is found in the sanitizer, it might lead to have. So, in that sense, we have just added it, but I think we can amend that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, sure. So I hope all the amendments are done. Sponsors, can we move towards voting of the resolution if you are ready, sponsors?
Can I just take some time to just amend what South Africa has um, proposed?
Yes, sure. You get 1 minute for that and we'll move towards voting.
Are we allowed to make second amendment? More than one amendment?
Sorry?
Are we allowed to make more than one amendment?
For?
The delegate of UK would like to make an amendment in the clause number 5 by
Yes, sure.
changing clause. So draws attention towards the need for developing guidelines regarding chemical composition of sanitizers should be alcohol-based and triclosan-free to prevent the emerging resistance and the harmful use.
So UK, can you type your amendment uh, in the chat box so that everyone can see it? And sponsors, is this a friendly amendment or an unfriendly amendment?
Yes, this is a friendly amendment. Are other sponsors agree with it?
Yes.
Okay, so you can add it and then highlight it with yellow. If no one has any more amendments, then we can move towards voting. Okay, sponsors, the amendment is in the chat box, so if you can quickly insert it. Co-chair, can you look after the voting procedure after this? Co-chair, are you there?
Yes, Chair.
So could you look after the voting procedure henceforth?
Sure, Chair.
Excuse me, Chair. Co-chair.
Yes. Yes, delegate.
The delegate of Fiji would like to add amendment on clause number 9.
Okay, how would you like to amend it?
Strongly encourages countries to work in strengthening food security by working in collaboration with WHO, FAO, and providing relevant financial aid programs. I'd like to add providing
Okay. So,
relevant financial.
so sponsors, what kind of amendment is this?
Friendly amendment.
So, do all the sponsors agree to this amendment?
Yes.
Yes.
Chair.
You may add it ahead. So, if we are done with amendments, we shall proceed towards voting. So, are there any other amendment? If yes, please raise your hand, delegates. Seeing none, I guess it's time to proceed towards voting. Moderator, if you had the roll call after presenting the draft resolution.
Yes, ma'am, we did, and the two-third majority of the committee is 8 votes.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. So, if we are done with amendment, we shall proceed towards voting. So, may I have moderator? Moderator, are you there?
Yes, co-chair, I cannot hear.
So, basically, I think we shall move towards voting now. Would you mind taking the roll call of the audience and know whether they vote for the resolution or against the resolution?
Yes, certainly.
You may proceed, Arya.
So, Delegate of the Republic of Korea,
So, delegates, this is voting for the resolution. If you feel like you agree with this resolution, you may say yes. If you feel like you don't agree with this resolution, you may say no. And if we have any abstain during this procedure, we have to do the second round of voting where the abstain delegates have to rephrase them as pass. So now if you feel like this resolution is fit in order to be passed by the committee, you can vote for yes. If not, you can also remain abstain. It's up to you people. Moderated, the floor is all yours.
Delegate of the Republic of Korea, is it a yes or a no? Delegate of the Kingdom of Sweden,
Yes.
Delegate of the Russian Federation,
Yes.
once again, please, I cannot hear you. Delegate of the United Kingdom,
Yes.
Delegate of the United States of America,
Yes.
Delegate of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam,
Yes.
Delegate of the Republic of Philippines,
Yes.
Delegate of the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal,
Yes.
Delegate of the Republic of South Africa.
Yes.
Miss Usha Khatri, kindly change your name to the country you're representing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Republic of Thailand.
Yes.
Miss, please change your name to the country you're representing. Delegate of the Republic of Fiji.
Yes.
Delegate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I cannot hear you. Delegate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, with this, we got no vote against the resolution. So, I guess we have made the two-third majority for passing this resolution. Repeat, moderator. Moderator, are you there?
So I
I'm
believe
sorry.
the resolution has passed.
Yes.
So congratulations everyone. Your resolution is on point and it has passed. So yes, I guess now we move forwards with the closing ceremony. It was very nice interacting with you all. As first timers, you were all really great with your performances. I hope you good luck for your future Model United Nations experience. And I know this was a virtual one and might not be the bestest of your MUN experience, but once the pandemic ends and once you're in a real MUN conference, it's going to be a lot more different. So good luck for that, and hope to meet you all soon. Thank you. Over to co-chair.
So, thank you for having this amazing collaborative organizing committee and chair for the guidance. Yes, moderator. Moderator, do you have anything to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a technical.
Okay, thank you very much. So, delegates, it was my privilege to work with you people. It feels amazing to listen to this amazing delegates. I have to say that this was one of the best experience very collaborative and and it is that you have to and it doesn't any other capabilities that you have and negotiate. So I hope is my audio breaking?
Yes.
So the only thing I have to say is this was one of my best experience co-chairing in a beginners committee. You people have been very impressive on the first day of MUN, and coming at the last day, I feel like it's not enough to listen to you people. I definitely hope to meet you in person and do some more MUNs in your communities as well. All the very best. Keep up your capabilities, and thank you, organizing committee and chair, for assisting me in this journey. And thank you, delegates, for collaborative approach that you made while continuing the session. This has been a huge success for all of us. Thank you. All the best. Stay safe. Stay progressive. Over to the moderator.
Thank you so much, co-chair. Thank you, chair, for speaking earlier. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being such brilliant representatives of the countries you're representing and enthusiastic. Now, we would really like to hear how you have experienced the program and what are your experiences. So please unmute yourself and share what you would like to share.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this was the first time I took part in MUN, so it was very different and new for me. I was not familiar with all the rules of procedures and how actually MUN works, but thanks to the organizing team, co-chair, chair, Priyaji, Prasamsaji, and everyone who helped us so much. And I've learned so much, and it was a really fruitful session for me. I have learned a lot of things, how a general assembly of UN works, how a resolution is made, how majority is needed to draft a resolution, and how every topic is discussed, debated, and finally by the majority it is drafted. So I think I have learned a lot of things, and apart from the MUN itself, I have learned a lot of about antimicrobial resistance. The 2 to 3 days of research about antimicrobial resistance have definitely broadened up the level of my knowledge regarding it. I have been knowing a lot about new terms about antimicrobial resistance. So I'd like to thank and I'd like to extend my gratitude to everybody making this MUN so successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arya. Is there anybody who would like to share anything else? Your experiences, were your expectations met or not? Is there anything we could have done better?
Delegate of South Africa.
Mm, Personally, for me, MUN was something very new and fascinating. With all the curiosity and confusion in my mind, I attended my first workshop, which was quite surprisingly exciting, friendly, as well as demonstrative. Learning about the world and interacting with unknown people, obviously, has definitely helped me develop confidence and boosted my courage to speak in front of people. These 3 days working and researching for MUN were one of the most amazing moments of my life, which I will certainly cherish for the rest of my life. And also, thank you, Chair and Co Chair, and Moderator, Director, for inspiring us and supporting us in every way. Thank you very much.
So I
Thank you
guess
so much.
Republic of Korea was raising hand. Moderator.
Yes, please. Delegate of Korea, kindly unmute yourself.
So yeah, good afternoon to one and all present today. I'm delegate of Republic of Korea. Maybe I'm not allowed to mention my name here. So yeah, sharing this virtual platform with you all for this entire 3 days has been really exciting and beneficial for me personally. And this is my first MUN, and being the first MUN, like being in the first MUN, my experience in the whole session, starting from the workshop till today, has been really amazing. And perhaps I would really love to take part in coming MUNs, because interacting with all the delegates on several topics, like randomly, it has really made me addicted to speak and to listen as well. So yeah, I would not like to be late to thank the organizing committee, our chair, co-chair, moderator, for making this experience so wonderful. And it has kind of developed a leadership behavior within me, and I personally felt so confident. So yeah, this was a very beautiful experience to cheer. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Delegate of Korea. Is there anything anybody else would like to say? Anything we could have done better to make the experience more enjoyable for you? Any feedback?
Hello everyone. Um, म चाहिँ युनाइटेड किङडमको डेलिगेट अनि लाइक दिस वाज नट द फर्स्ट टाइम आई पार्टिसिपेटेड 4 इयर्स अगाडि मैले एउटा पार्टिसिपेट चाहिँ गरेको थिएँ लाइक इट वाज नट अनलाइन यसपालि चाहिँ अनलाइन लाइक आई वाज रियली क्युरियस हाउ इट वर्क्स भनेर अनि इट वाज रियली फन अनमोडरेटेड ककसहरू चाहिँ अलिक डिफिकल्ट हुँदो रहेछ त्यही नै रमाइलो भयो लाइक धेरै कुरा सिक्यो अनि the chair, co-chair were wonderful. Moderator was also wonderful. Everyone was wonderful. All the delegates. Uh, I had a great time learning. Every part of this was a wonderful experience, except for the part where I sang responsibility, which was like very awkward. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone. This was a really nice experience.
Thank you. Well, it was probably awkward for you, but it was beautiful for us, eh? So, delegates, anybody else? I think Philippines was raising her hand.
Yes. So what I have to say is my first MUN experience that I have to say is a lifetime experience. It was very intense learning experience. I was terribly unprepared and was unfamiliar with the format and exactly how much talking I'd have to do. But with the time being, my most interesting experience of MUN would be drafting working paper and resolution. किनभने अझै धेरै क्लोज हुन पायो अरू डेलिगेटहरूसँग and also I feel privileged to share ideas with people who are extremely talented. I am now really proud of people. I'm really proud of myself at least for coming and speaking. It is also surprising to know how chair, co-chair, moderator and all the organizing committee did not fail to address a single delegate, single individual. Virtual फिल्डमा भएर पनि यस्तो राम्रोसँग फेसिलिटेट गर्नुभएको छ सो दिस इज सो सरप्राइजिङ एन्ड आई एम सो थ्याङ्कफुल टु MUN for providing me with this opportunity. I hope अब हुने MUNहरूमा पनि म यसरी नै बोल्न सक्छु होला भनेर चाहिँ कन्फिडेन्स आएको छ थ्याङ्क यू
Thank you so much, delegate. Well, to say something personally, मेरो लागि पनि यो first time मै थियो. I learned a lot. अनि I probably made a lot of mistakes, but it was a learning opportunity, and for that I'm grateful. So, thank you so much. Any other delegate who would like to speak up, please do. So there are no hands up right now, eh? So shall we proceed, or does anyone want to speak? Does anyone want to speak? Anyone? You can raise your hands. Yes, Socialist Republic of Vietnam, please do.
Good afternoon, everyone. This was the first time in my career to take part in MUN, and the overall experience it was really good. Personally, मैले चाहिँ position paper बनाउने जुन त्यो process, I really enjoyed the process of making the position paper. किनभने त्यसमा जति पनि inputs अनि research based जानुपर्ने, I really love the depth. होइन त्यसबाहेक पनि यो अर्गनाइज गर्ने कमिटी को चेयर मोडरेटर सबैजना कस्तो डाउन टु अर्थ एकदमै भर्सटाइल हुनु भएर हामीले जसरी गाइड गर्नुभयो आई एम रियली रियली ग्रेटफुल टु देम किनभने कम्प्लिटली आइडिया नभएको बट दे लाइक पोर्ट्रेट द फ्रेमवर्क हुन्छ नि अब पछिको लागि पनि दे हेभ गिभन अ लट अफ कन्ट्रिब्युसन्स to me personally, कि how can I build up myself in our further कुनै अब conference र community stay MUN भइहाल्यो भने चाहिँ how can I give my best भनेर चाहिँ त्यसरी आइडिया फर्म गरिदिनु भएकोमा धेरै धेरै थ्याङ्कफुल छु होइन त्यसबाहेक पनि हाम्रो फेलो डेलिगेट्सहरूले जति पनि पोइन्ट्सहरू उठाउनु भयो अनि उहाँहरूको जति पनि प्रेजेन्टेसन र स्पिकिङ स्किल्सहरू जति पनि मैले देखेँ त्यसले पनि लाइक हामीले आफूलाई पनि कसरी बिल्डअप गर्न सकिन्छ भनेर आइडिया दिनुभएको धेरै धेरै ग्रेटफुल छु होइन अनि ओभरअल कम्पिटिसनमा जति पनि इनपुट्सहरू दिनुभयो अनि जति पनि क्रिटिसिजम भन्दा राम्रो खाले क्रिटिसिजम अलिकति अपलिफ्टिङ गरेर दिनुभएको छ त्यसको लागि पनि धेरै धेरै ग्रेटफुल छु सो थ्याङ्क यू अल इट वाज अ ग्रेट एक्सपिरियन्स ओभरअल थ्याङ्क यू
Thank you so much. Now, Delegate of Republic of Fiji is raising her hand. Would you like to say anything?
Delegate of Republic of Fiji here. First of all, honestly speaking, I would like to say that I was against this MUN because it was ahead of my exam. Yes, board exam is coming soon on 22 March, and 22 Mangsir. And while discussing, and I am from IVSA Paklihawa too. Then while discussing, I was against this. Then we discussed that. if we will get participants, if we'll get participants, then we will sure attend this program. Then after alliance with AA, our alliance group, alliance against AMR, and I would like to thank for I like to thank to them too, and most thankful to the participants, my fellow delegates who have been participating here, and because of them I am here. I'm able to complete these 3 days MUN program. So I would like to thank you, all of you. And I was not expecting the workshop and all, but that workshop plan सबै हुन्छ नि जुन अर्गनाइज गरिदिनु भयो त्यसको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै थ्याङ्क यू चाहिँ भन्न चाहन्छु हैन। पहिला चाहिँ अब अगेन्स्ट थिए, अहिले प्रशंसा गरिरहेको छु भनेको चाहिँ यहाँ उपस्थित हुनुभएको सबैजनाले गर्दा हो। त्यही भएर आई वुड लाइक टु थ्याङ्क अल अफ यू। एन्ड फर्स्ट टाइम MUN पनि हो है। अनि फर्स्ट टाइम MUN हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ एकदमै फर्स्ट चोटि चाहिँ 2 बजेदेखि 6 बजेसम्म चाहिँ कस्तो टाउको दुख्यो कि, अनि त्यसपछि 10 बजेदेखि गरौँ भनेर नि मैले त्यो मोसन रेज गरेको थिएँ। अनि त्यसको लागि पनि सपोर्ट गर्नुभएको लागि थ्याङ्क यू है। अनि अब फर्स्ट टाइम भयो, धेरै कुरा सिकियो पनि, लर्न्ड मेनी थिङ्स। एन्ड के अरे अब धेरै कुरा सिकाउनु भएकोमा चाहिँ हजुरहरूको चाहिँ एकदमै ठुलो हात छ कि हजुरहरू नहुनु भएको भए अब यतासम्म पुगिँदैन थियो भनेर चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेन्ट्सहरू, मेरो फेलो डेलिगेट्सहरू, अनि अर्गनाइजिङ कमिटी, अनि हाम्रो अलायन्स अगेन्स्ट AMR, अनि को चेयर र चेयर म्यामहरू पनि एकदमै हुन्छ नि कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन गर्दछ टाइपको। सो थ्याङ्क यू एन्ड गट quite a very good experience about MUN and the pattern. This much.
Thank you so much, Delegate. All the best for your exams. You'll do well. Eh? So, Delegates, your experiences have been very diverse and very beautiful. And they were very interesting to hear. And the underlying similarity that I saw in each of in what you said was that the event was an opportunity for us to learn and grow, right? And it was for all of us. And I'm very thankful to our trainers who guided us through it very patiently. And so we got to learn more about the several consequences of antimicrobial resistance, and at the same time we were growing as speakers and growing in confidence. So we really appreciate your enthusiasm, delegates. And now we will be concluding the event by bringing forth the people without whom the program would not have been possible. Our chair and co-chair, they have already spoken, and if ma'ams, if you would like to say anything else, the floor is yours.
So we have to finish the session. So this might be curious to listen to the same voice again and again. But never mind, it was an amazing experience. Thank you for thank you for participating delegates. Thank you for being a part of this family. Sorry if we have been harsh to the session. Sometimes it happens. We always expect session is motivating, but committed in person to participate in it as much as you can because it's all about learning experience. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Thank you, co-chair. And thank you so much for being so patient with us. Thank you for the time that you devoted to our organization and its goals. And next, we have Ms. Nihalata Karna, who will be acknowledging the individuals without whom the program would not have been a success. The efforts and the energy that they devoted to the program, this is what made the program what it is. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Shree. Greetings to everyone. I'm Ms. Nihalata Karna, Program Director of Student Working Committee of Alliance Against AMR. 2 or 3 months ago, I never could have imagined that I'll be giving speech at the closing ceremony of Model United Nations organized by the collaborative effort of Alliance Against AMR and IVSA Paklihawa. And now it's the reality. The main 3 things which make the MUN successful are the delegates, competent dais board, and the motivated organizing committee. And we are fortunate enough to have had all of them. I'd like to give a big thank you to our trainers as well as Chair Ms. Prasansa Gimire and Co-Chair Ms. Priya Lamithane for guiding us throughout the throughout all the sessions of this MUN and organizing workshop and guiding us and providing us adequate knowledge to make this MUN a success. And I also express my gratitude to all our wonderful delegates and the organizing committee for giving their best. Our moderator, Ms. Shree and director and the president of IVSA Paklihawa, Ms. Suvha Shree Sharma, and a vote of thanks to IVSA Paklihawa and Alliance Against AMR team for providing me the opportunity to be the part of this grand program. I'd also like to express my gratitude to Mr. Naim Yopani, Senior Executive Officer of National Student Committee of Alliance Against AMR, and Ms. Pema Sherpa, Chair of Standing Committee of IVSA Paklihawa, and our technical team members, Ms. Elisa, Ms. Santi Lama, Mr. Sardul Bhattarai, and Ms. Prakriti Gurung, and all the fellow members of technical team, without whom this MUN would not have been successful. And without all our combined effect and collaborative support, it would not have been possible to conduct this Model United Nations virtually and making it a great success. As the MUN was the first time experience for most of us, for delegate also, I heard that most of the delegates are attending their Model United Nations for the first time. I think we all got chance to learn many new things and build our confidence in this field. I hope we would continue to collaborate and join our hands on our journey to fight the antimicrobial resistance, which is a global threat now. And I again like to thank every one of us who who joined us and collaborated with us, the IVSA Paklihawa team and all the fellow delegates, chair and co-chair, for the success of this program. But as the saying goes, all the good things must come to an end. This Model United Nations have also come to an end. But the pleasure of doing it right and for the good cause and our small effort to make world a better place and is the sweet fruit that I think that I'm sure all of us will cherish for a long time. I hope we all could continue on this journey to fight the AMR together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Snehadi, and thank you, Snehadi, and thank you to you too for contributing so much. Now, I would like to request Ms. Suvha Sharma, the president of IVSA Paklihawa and director of our event, to say a few words.
Thank you, our moderator, Reed Shrestha. So, good afternoon, everyone. We are almost at the end of this Model United Nations. So, talking about the experience, I think these 3 days were like, these 3 days just went away in the blink of an eye. Like all day long, we had debates in these 3 days, and this flew away very fast. And knowing you, all the delegates and all the dais member, was one of the very interesting thing I have ever experienced in this Model United Nations. Despite of being unknown with each other, but we have cooperated with each other and came up with a resolution at last. So talking about the delegates, the most thing I will remember is about the fellow delegates, which is called by Kingdom of Sweden, the cross questioning by Nepal, Philippines and South Africa. Your sweet voices will always be remembered, and Korea, your all facts and all which you keep in this session will always be in my mind. Delegate of Fiji, like you said that you are from IVSA Paklihawa, and this MUN was against the program. This program was against all the members, but despite of the busy schedule of every student, I know exams comes and go, but this kind of programs will certainly have lifted your confidence, had boosted up your confidence and made you more expressive than you were yesterday. I think all the delegates have experienced lots of good things, and most of you have taken very good things despite of the bad things. Like we had very much greater problem in making resolutions since we were offline, but but the cooperation and collaboration with Alliance Against AMR and the guidance of our dais members has led us to the success of this program. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the delegates, our dais member, our organizing team for successful completion of our first ever Model United Nations. And I guess all the delegates have taken lots of experience and knowledges among themselves and had made many new friends in this session. And I guess in the coming Model United Nations also, all the delegates will show their same interest in participation, whether it will be in live or virtual, will again be the part of the MUN and make this program again success. I would like to thank, and I'm very grateful to our dais member, Ms. Prasamsha and Ms. Priya, and being in the dais member for the first time in bachelor's level Model United Nations I have learned a lot of things in this Model United Nation. I won't say that this was the first time I'm attending Model United Nation because I had always been the delegate in my school level, and I was chair of one of the council in my school level as well. But certain guidance was, I was very young at that age, and being in this level and the level of maturity I have gained this so far, and guidance and all the knowledges I have gained about MUN is totally different from what I learned yesterday in my school days. So thank you to all the dais members, Ms. Prasamsa and Ms. Priya, who were there to guide us, and working as a dais team was as was indeed a very great experience and new one to me as well. Thanks to all the delegates, and I would also like to thank Alliance Against AMR for actively accepting our proposal in doing Model United Nations and being here with us from the day one. I would like to thank Ms. Reed Shrestha, who despite of having her busy schedule of academics, also accepted and did well in her moderating job. I don't know what's called. Okay. So I guess all the delegates have learned something new, whether it be debating skills or diplomatic skills or writing skills, communication, or being expressive and confident. So I hope you will utilize these things in your upcoming days. Keep up the capabilities, keep up the good works, and the long await ahead. We are waiting for the one name, the best delegate in our MUN, which will be declared in 24th November in the closing ceremony of our week-long program. I would also like to say that tomorrow we are having a conference in which we will have an international speaker and two national speakers who will also be speaking about antimicrobial resistance in One Health approach. So delegates who are interested could message, and we would be forwarding the meeting link to you in Viber group as well. And in 24th November, we are having a closing ceremony of this week-long event where we will be declaring best position paper, best delegate, best all the awards as well. Despite of the thing that we had already declared who is the best delegate, but let that be suspense for a few days. So delegates, hoping to see everyone in 24th November. I hope all of you are doing great in your academics and in your real life. So guys, it's the end of the Model United Nations, and I hope these skills and this knowledge which you have gained in this session, you will obviously be using it in your real life and in more sessions to come, and in more Model United Nation organized by other organizers. You will be participating in that Model United Nation and showing up the best version of yourself in those times as well. All the best to all the delegates. Your journey had just begun. You have despite of becoming the beginner of this session, you have your interest and your knowledge and research skills and your debating and speaking skills have been improved a lot, and you have utilized this Model United Nations at most. So I hope this has been advantageous to all the delegates, and yes, your journey has just begun, like I said earlier. So all the best in your future days. Hope we will be in touch every time through social media or anything. If you have anything to say to us, don't hesitate to message or say to us in any social media or phone you prefer. We will always be there for you to guide you in your ways, in your paths of your life. And since we all DICE member are also students, and I hope all the co-chair and chair are also will also resume their academics soon after this holiday. So all the best to both of you as well. And those who are having exams after this session, I would like to again wish them good luck. So that's all. I hope all the delegates have understood to meet at 24th November 2020 so that we can announce the best delegate name in that session. Thank you so much. It was wonderful being here with you all.
Thank you, Suvadi. That was so good to hear. Now, now delegates who would like to learn more about their position paper and get some feedback from the DICE Council, you can stay, all right? And the rest of you, we really look forward to working with you in the days to come. We will be corresponding with you via mail, and you will receive your certificates through the same medium very soon. So thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone. All the best to everyone having exams, and happy thought as well. All right, so bye.
I guess delegate of South Africa has something to say. South Africa?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Director, may I make a request? I have a request.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Would you send the screenshot like you took yesterday, because I had some problem with my Zoom camera settings, and since I just want to remember that for the rest of my life, like screenshot of everybody.
Okay, Sarah. So should we pass this motion as well now? I think we are already at the end of the meeting, so I will just pass the motion by myself. So everyone, please turn on your camera. Let us have a clear screenshot. Okay, done. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Director.